Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight I have Mark Langridge and Stu Woolley on the panel. We will have a footballing debate on the latest with Man United. We will talk about the game that happened against West Ham. We will talk about the game upcoming against Bournemouth. We will cover the latest transfer news. Garnacho apparently has some links to Chelsea now. According to Ben Jacobs, that Chelsea could bid for Alejandro Garnacho in addition to Xavi Simons, as reported on TalkSports last week. Another left back possible even after Gittens due to Quenda arriving into 2026. And Modric, he's unavailable. And Sancho is going back to us. So this is why there is an opening for Garnacho, and Chelsea is considering to buy Garnacho. There's also some updates on Cesko. The Newcastle race is on. We know Anthony Al-Nasser is getting stronger, and there are some updates on the Glazers. Actually, are looking at a new club. We will come to that, so stay tuned, and we will be back after the intro. People, while you wait, smash the like and subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils experience. So see you in a second. Boom, 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 and we are live. Tactical Devils, the Devilish Tacticos are in the house, and we have Stu Woolley and Mark Langridge from the Balls Out podcast with us tonight to do a 90-minute Tactical Devils Jarvis's Corner Monday Night Live. So first of all, Stu Woolley, how are you doing, my friend?
Busy day. Look, we've got a lot to do because I'm away as of tomorrow. So yeah, looking forward to a break and having some time. Yeah, it's a busy day today. I've got paperwork up to my eyes, but apart from that, it's all good. Slow news day again, isn't it? Crikey! I think I'll be glad when the season itself starts. So we can put all this nonsense behind us. It's all good though. Apart from that,
yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone. We all wish and hope for the season to start so we can actually start talking football. Yesterday was a relief. Talking football for an hour. Tactics. I had the old tactical board up. We could show some live footage, some clips, and analyze player movement and decisions. Mark, did you catch yesterday's show, or have you been busy this weekend?
I've been very busy this weekend so far. I think that's why my power nap this evening probably has kicked in. But yeah, we had our friendly in the morning. Yeah, exactly.
We need one.
Friendly in the morning and a charity match in the afternoon. Then the women's game on, after that, and I was just like the whole day, and then I just passed out.
I don't blame it. Yes, it's not. Let's not forget we are double European champions in good old England, and they've come back today, and they've been at Downing Street to meet the Prime Minister.
Trophy parade tomorrow.
Trophy parade tomorrow, yeah, absolutely brilliant. And there was Manchester United representation within the squad, and playing. So congratulations once again to the girls, showing the men twice how to do it.
Did we have 3 players actually winning the Euros?
Yeah, I believe there's 3.
Tony, Letitia, and
there's a new girl that joined us last season. Yeah, I can't remember her name, but yes, we did. Yeah,
and we got to tip our hat to that manager, the manageress, I should say.
Yeah,
3 in a row. Yeah, 3 in a row. Won it with Holland, then won it twice with us.
That's true. Yeah, it's true. Absolutely amazing job. There'll be calls for her now to get a job in men's football for sure.
I'd rather have her than Tuchel, but that's a different show.
Well, yeah, I think anybody would rather do that than Tuchel. But some great news, by the way. We are on 1.37 subs, subs, which is absolutely brilliant. Thank you to the Vutinator. We are slowly but surely moving forward. It'd be absolutely amazing if we could get us to 2,000 subs between now and kickoff. When we beat Arsenal, get us to 3,000 subs. When we beat City in a few weeks' time after that, gets to 4,000 subs. You can do it, guys. You can do it. Kick us around to all your friends.
Have you been drinking, my friend?
No, I'm too tired to drink. I am too tired to drink, but it'll be. Look,
you sound a little bit disillusional, but yeah.
No, one tries to remain positive. I still think we'll beat Arsenal first game of the season, though.
As long as it's not like we're going to beat them 6-0 right now, then
I think we'll beat them 2-0. I don't think they score. I think Gyökeres has an absolute mare, and we beat them 2-0.
Oh no, I think we'd definitely concede. They've still got their set pieces. He's got to be standing there, hasn't he? Oh no, he's not there no more, is he?
He's not there. He's gone. He's effed off.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. What the camera's going to focus on.
Well, plus, don't forget, with their set pieces, all we did was stand and let them congregate the back, and we did nothing to prevent them from actually executing their set piece. So I think it'll be a completely different season this year for the club. I think we're going to see a steely determination to win football matches, which, I'm going to really struggle to watch Wednesday. One, mainly because I'll be pissed. But secondly, I'm away, so I'm hoping though that because Bournemouth will be a good test for us, really good test for us. They hammered Everton.
They could have had a lot against Everton.
They could have scored 6 or 7, I think. 3 flattered Everton. So, and then come back and let's get playing. The transfer window, we love it, don't we? We love it for the. I don't know. We just love it, don't we? Just in case something pops out the woodwork.
It's a time when we all can dream because, it's been a dross. Last season was the absolute rock bottom. Yes. We never. Okay, I can almost accept coming in. I don't know. What was it, 15th? But it was deserved. We weren't better, and that was probably the hardest thing to accept, the standards of our players and the level of our play. So, we can always dream and hope things will get better. First of all, I posted the link to our X. So people, if you can help us out, go to X, give us a retweet and press the like if you want. That will be fantastic. We need more viewers, and we try to use X as a channel to promote the Tactical Devils throughout the rest of the world, because the YouTube algorithms is very specific and just pushes this out to you guys and no one else. And this is one of the biggest problems for us at the moment. I want to say hi to everybody tuning in. I saw, let me scroll all the way to the top. We have Nathan Lee Lewis coming in. Big up, good old Nate. And it's Timmy coming in and say, what's up, Jarvis Coffee, Tactical Devils, and Stu Woolley and Mark Language. I can assume.
Version 2, it's Timmy.
Well, that's something.
What happened to the original? It's Timmy. That's what I want to know.
Maybe it's a burner account. Maybe it's a burner account. It gives us 2 likes, Hey,
what if he makes it's Timmy version 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9?
Burner phones in jail.
You can do it. You can do it. He's on there with all his phones. All right, can't talk now. I'll go away.
You're all. He's like the clone.
Yeah, like the clone. What a legend.
Tom Porter is in the house. Big up. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you, Tom Porter. We have Jamie Wayne coming in, say bidding war with Newcastle over a player. It's Sesko we're talking about. We will delve into the Sesko bidding war with Newcastle. Mr. B is in the house. Big up, Mr. B. Good to see you. Howler is here. Wendy Grant coming in and say congratulations to the England women on the win. Yes, Wendy, that was a big win. 2nd time in a row, double European champions. The Lionesses.
We are double European champions. Absolutely.
But I have to say, England was a little bit lucky. I think Spain were the better team. but they were toothless when it came to finishing, and England defended really well. So
2 good headers though, old friend. 2 really good
very
headers.
good headers.
I thought the Spanish goal was brilliantly put, but Russo, old school, push it the way it came. She had no Marcus know that. Push it to where it came. Absolutely brilliant. Great to see that. But what's up with the penalties? Yet again.
Well, hang on, those saves. Some of those saves were Spanish keeper. I really felt for the Spanish keeper, although I wanted England to win.
Yeah,
2 top-hand saves. One of them
twice she did that. But what I was quite surprised at, I mean, obviously the first penalty was a bit of an issue. Beth Mead slipped over, double kick. But
last season we lost at that point.
Yeah, last season, that's it. But this season, you're allowed to retake it, and she misses it. But like you say, it was a really good save.
I was quite surprised that she was allowed to retake it, because in my book, if you do a double touch, you do a double touch. You effed up and you missed the penalty.
No, they changed the rules.
It's like why don't they change the rules? If you take a throw in the wrong way, you get to do it again. It's like.
And
high profile,
why don't they give you 10 yards as well while they're at it? I'll tell you what, you fucked up. We'll give you 10 yards as well for the forward. Then you can throw. Absolutely abysmal.
So true.
I mean, Bon Marcy, I think her name is, the double Ballon d'Or. Her penalty was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal.
It was.
So, anyway,
is that the one that just floated it, perfect height for where a keeper would want it, and sort of just off the centre? It was
that wasn't Ben Marty. That was another one. I don't know which player it was. And then, of course,
one I mean, though.
The girl that pushed it wide as well. That was an abysmal penalty.
Yeah.
So, but look, we got there. We got the win. And double European champions. Come on.
Yes. Take care of your glasses. Be aware.
Yes.
Be aware.
Yes.
Dave is coming in. Day 147 coming in and say, "Evening, Morten Harket." Aha.
Take on me. The sun always shines on TV. It does. Or it always used to.
I like that name, Morten Harket. You're not the first one actually calling me that, but I heard it before.
I like Mags, the keyboardist, but he had a
mullet, like
with a bit of a perm in there, didn't he? And my friend,
and you had Paul, the guy, Paul Wachter on guitar.
Him anyway, him on the guitar, yeah.
So I am Morten Harket. You are Magna on keyboard.
I'll be the keyboard, Magna, yeah.
And Mark is Paul on guitar.
He needs to dye his hair blonde though. He needs to dye his hair blonde.
Okay. Yeah. So we are a half from now.
Big up.
Big up
Dave for that. I must admit to having Morten Harket's hairstyle when I was a tiddler, but anyway, we'll gloss over that one.
Catherine McDade coming in and say the
no
Proclaimers.
Nonsense, McDade. No nonsense. Where were you last night, Catherine? No nonsense, McDade. Where were you? Yes. Morten Harket wants to know where you were.
The Proclaimers. Stu, do you have anything to add when it comes to the Proclaimers? Do you want to walk 5,000 miles?
Only the fact that I walked 500 miles today. 500 miles back. The walking 500 miles, etc. There's a road in Scotland called the Northwest 500. It kind of pertains a little bit to that, I believe. Could be wrong, and I'm sure somebody will tell me in the chat that I'm talking rubbish as usual.
Danny B is in the house. Good to see you, Danny the Routinator. As we said, coming in 1,370 subs. We are on our way up there. 2,000 will be the next target, or 1,005 maybe. We could be a little bit more. Well, so I just want to scroll through. Walton 87 is here, looking forward to the show. The Three Musketeers, yes. Is it just me? 43. Evening, everyone.
Hey, I thought it was me 42. Version 2. It's just me 43. We want to know what's happened to just me 44. Are you in the chat? And if not, where are you? Come on. I know you're 42 years of age. I wonder. Is that your age? I wonder.
Maybe. Or he's born in 43, is an older guy. Question for Mark. What's the most overrated thing in life, non-sport related? I wanted to save it for later, but let's just.
We'll do that later. Go on, do it now. Yeah, do it now.
Bottled water. There you go.
You need to put the conspiracy theorist music on before we start.
X-Files or something like that.
Yeah, with Mark Langridge.
I'd say bottled water.
Bottled water.
Highly overrated. You can just get it straight from a tap. There you go.
I like bottled water.
What, do you not have running water from a tap?
Yeah, I do, but I buy bottled water.
Say overrated.
Oh.
Do you shower in bottled water?
No, but I have. You can't just say. No, you can't say Voss bottled water is overrated. That's Voss.
Oh, Voss.
All right, I'll change it just for you, Stu. I'll change it.
Go on.
Water in a can.
Yeah, well, don't. That's disgraceful. But what you've got, my old mate up there, who's been a bit cool on this part, because what he's about to tell you is he just goes back to his natural spring in his back garden. So he gets into his electric cart and he drives, because he's got his garden's that big. He drives through his golf course to his natural spring, don't you, old friend? And you take your fresh water. Jarvis doesn't have a tap. He doesn't need a tap.
It flows down the mountain straight into the house.
Yeah, and it isn't
glacier water coming down from the mountain tops in Norway. Yes,
it's not Peckham Spring.
That means he's with me. Bottled water overrated. He's getting it straight from the mountain.
It's not Peckham Spring, Mark. It's Cocker Spring. That's what it is. That's what he's got. Cocker Spring.
It goes out. That's more bargain.
Cocker Spring doesn't.
Podcast. That's more mine. Balls out podcast.
MUFC 14 coming in, evening all. Good to see you, MUFC 14. And we have the madhouse, the maddest of the house coming in. Typical tiki-taka Spanish guff.
Oh, dear. Excellent. Catherine No Nonsense McDade laid into you as well. But she also says to me, please start speaking Scottish. I really can't do it. I'm rubbish with accents. Look at this.
Oh, Twitch.
We've got a Twitch guy.
14.
We've got Twitch. We knew we're Twitch legends, didn't we? And we have a Twitch guy. Thank you so much for that.
And we said this last week.
Yeah.
There is a dark horse for the season. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Danny P's in the house, bad for the environment. We could do the Scandi bottom deposit in the UK. Nice. Very good. I like that. The Vutinator, we're on 30 likes already. Thank you very much. There's over 200 watching. If you're on X, please come across and like, subscribe, and share the channel. My old mate to my left, as I look, puts a lot of work in the background. He does you do a lot of work, old friend.
No, I don't.
And Mark comes in, takes all the glory and does nothing. But anyway, that's just life, isn't it, Jarvis? I swore.
That's life. Yes, that's life.
I filter in and do nothing as well, except talk.
I see people are starting to tune in. As you said, we had the Dan P here and IDK in the known coming in. And yes, I think we should just delve into the latest. And, the headline is about the Garnacho, but there are even bigger news. And this just came out. Jadon Sancho is still being discussed internally at Dortmund, and Manchester United want around 18 to 20 million euros, according to Patrick Berger. And there's also another update coming here, same from United Scoop. Jadon Sancho is still being discussed internally at Dortmund. Manchester United want around 18 to 20 million, Patrick Berger. So could this be the final swan dance for Jadon Sancho, and we could say tata, see you never again, and hopefully you will sign for Dortmund?
Not if that's the photo they used to sell him. He looks like R9.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's chugging a bit of change there, isn't he? Crikey.
Look like Stu's over 50s. In town.
But there's a slight problem there. He's moving a lot quicker than I do, and he's not moving because it's a picture. So he is moving a lot quick. Look at Salah.
He outruns Salah.
Yeah, look at him. Salah's trying his best to catch him up, and look at him. So,
T1000 coming behind him.
If you ever knew what playing football in space looked like.
Crikey, Jarvis is he's just gone into his inner Terminator there, Jarvis. T1000. Nice.
Another X-Files link, it's all about.
Yeah, it's all for Mr. Language, that.
Yes.
For what it's worth, I think he's embarrassing. He's a criminal. Is Jadon Sancho? I think 18 to 20 is. Why would you do business? I agree with Dortmund. Why would we do business with anyone? Even if Dortmund come in with 80 to 20 million quid, he's still going to want money, because Dortmund won't get anywhere near his salary. So he's still going to want a payoff from us as well. He's just money hungry. That's all he's interested in, Sancho. We've got to find a way to get him off the books. I don't care, to be honest, Naz, whether we get 15 million for him. You're going to save eventually on the other side. I just wish he'd go. I think
it's 14 million to clear the books, isn't it? It's 14 million left on his contract, so that's all we need. 14 million to break even. But then the salary comes into play, and like you say, that's where we're screwed. We've probably got to give him 5 million to get his salary off the books.
Probably. I just want him gone. We can't be putting up with these idiots anymore. Me and Jarvis were talking about it last night when Manchester United. We don't know the number that Al Nassr put on the table for him, and we said no to it. But you're going to save money in the long run because you're taking the salary off the book. So I don't know why we just don't cut our losses. That's again.
The thing everyone forgets, isn't it? You're cutting your expenditure, but. So every time the finances are done at the start on July 1st, that everyone's salary is taken into account for that one calendar year. So as soon as you sell the player, his salary comes off, and that you can take that out the transfer fee technically, and just say we'll take this because we lose it, save it in money later down the line.
Yeah, he's been so badly advised. He's never really wanted to be at United, has he? I don't think. I don't think he's ever
3 years facing him.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever really wanted to be there. I don't know where he wants to play football. He reminds me so much of Dele Alli. When Ali just completely went off the rails at Tottenham. He just can't. He's trying to, rekindle his career in Como, and he just cannot do it. He's just got no. They got so much money, driving around in Rolls Royces and all this kind of stuff. There's just no real determination from him. He just needs to go, and quickly. I hope it's true, but I can't see Dortmund coming in for him, Jarvis, to be honest. I really can't.
I felt like it's an easy story to always link Dortmund to him because he went back on loan. They did have talks about signing him, but they chose not to. Chelsea chose not to. Juventus seems like they're going to choose someone else over him. Tell me, what does, forget the name, what does a player like this offer to any club? Problems.
His issue appears to be
problems.
Yeah, his issue appears to be that when he goes to another club, he doesn't fit into their system, their style, the way they think about football, the way they talk about football. He's just money. He's realised he'll never have to work again in his life. And that's all he's interested in. And he's
only 25.
Yeah, he's got to go. He's just got to go.
He's only 25. We froze him out at 23 and he's still at the club.
Yeah, exactly. Once you freeze a player out, you get rid of them that summer. And we just can't seem to do it.
Yeah.
Now, the Clear Lake, by the way, are funded by they're not funded. The PIF holds quite a significant stake in Clear Lake. Clear Lake own Chelsea. Make of that what you will. Make of it what you will.
Yeah.
But Stu, when you look at Borussia Dortmund and their transfers this summer, they sold Xavi Gittens to Chelsea for 65 million 65 million roughly, 64.3. They also sold. Was this? Let me just.
Sold Malin, didn't they, in January to Villa?
Okay, I want to share this with you. We can go through it together. So these are outgoings for Dortmund this summer. Is Jamie-Gittens, Somalia Koulibaly to Strasbourg, 7.5. Youssef Moukoko, 5 million, and just end of loans and loan transfer. So they have 77.1 million euros in. So they actually made a decent amount of money this summer.
Yeah, but who have they bought?
Who have they bought? They don't tend to spend money on players. They tend to get young players for nothing.
Have they bought anyone in?
Oh yeah, Joe Bellingham.
Exactly.
Joe Bellingham, but that came out of the Malin money.
Yeah, 33 mil. They bought in Job, didn't they? They
sold Malin to Villa for 30, I think. So
yeah, who else did they bought in?
There's so many ads. Who do we have here? We have Joby Bellingham, Jan Coutu, Daniel Svensson, left back from Nordsjælland, Danish league, Patrick Drews, Josef Moukoko, end of loan. Yeah, okay. So they bought 1, 2, 3 players.
Yeah.
Joby
so
Bellingham.
There's 57 mil there, isn't there? Give or take.
So they have an overall balance of plus 20 million euros. Yeah. Should be able to afford Jadon Sancho for 18 to 20 then.
But they can't afford his salary. So we're going to have to give. They won't pay him anywhere near 250 grand a week if they're forking out 20 million euros. So we're going to have to
15 million a year,
something like that, give or take, isn't it?
No, it's 250 a week, so it's $1 million a month. So 12 million, 12 and a half a year. Okay. So let's say if you pay half at 6.
It's more than it's almost what we're asking to buy him in his salary. Like I said, we need 14 million to break even, and his salary is 12 and a half.
Yeah. So we're going to have to, we're going to have to do something, dip our hand in our pocket. And I don't like it, but that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do.
Yeah. I think we should just do it. Do whatever we can just to get him out. He will never come back. He's not welcome in the squad. He's just a liability at the moment, and
it's a problem. Big problem. Big problem.
Yeah. I think the next statement is to cancel his contract. If there's Rashford's gone on loan. Yeah. Might not be a great loan. We'll wait and see. It wasn't a great debut. Then Anthony looks like he could go. Fingers crossed. Malacia's had an offer, which I'm really surprised at. I didn't think anyone would come in for him. But Sancho, it's all talk. Nothing really seems to be happening. Do you know what I mean? He's not got on a plane with all that talk to Juventus. It was just agents. And so maybe just that's the biggest statement. Cancel his contract. And then you're really showing them, look, if you don't make these loans work, you're gone.
They've got to do something. We were talking about it last night. You've got to do something. You've got to get rid of these players. I didn't realise Malacia. Who's coming from Malacia?
I can't remember who it was now. I think it was the French side actually. I don't think it was Dutch.
What they offer?
I'll see if I can find the story, but it was.
It'll be pittance. It'll be pittance for Malacia. It'll be 5 mil max, won't it? It'll be nothing.
Yeah. And I really feel for the kids. So.
Yeah, it'll be nothing. He needs to move away, get a fresh start. He does for sure, 100%.
I think he's done, Stu. I think his career's done. Yeah. I think to have your knee rebuilt after a bad operation. I know when I had mine done, they were like, "We can't redo this, and if we do, it won't be strong."
Yeah.
Big up always, Rob always United. I see a lot of people tuning in, and please smash the like and subscribe if you are new. But when it comes to Sancho, my opinion is we should just try to get rid of him as soon as possible. He will cost us 12. Is it 2 years or 1 year left on his contract?
He'll have an option, won't he? He'll have an option.
1 year, and then we have an option for another year.
Yeah, they were talking about potentially triggering that to get his transfer value up.
Yeah, it's just
But then you pay him 50% of that transfer when you sell it.
Yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy.
We can't do something. That will be a stupid decision, But if we can get just to cover his salary, let's say we give them 16 million euros, that will cover his salary. So and they will. So we just give him away. They will cover his salary. That's.
Yeah.
I think that will be a good deal.
It'd be a good deal for us. Yeah. It's just me. 43 was saying thinks we're being a bit harsh on Sancho. Why not count on Mount's contract or Shaw's contracts? Although it's me, raise a shot. I think Mount, you've got some monetary value in there. Somebody can buy Mount for 20-25 mil, quite easy. So that's why you wouldn't cancel his. As for Shaw, he's the conundrum again, isn't he? A fit Shaw is as good as anybody on the left side of defence, as good as anybody. But an unfit Shaw, like we've experienced the last 5 years, it's just never going to work, is it? So he's the more conundrum. But you've got value in Mount at the minute. Johnny K's in the house. Well, good to see you, pal. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Johnny K.
Gary Bailey a little bit earlier on in the night, and I didn't recognise him because he's very distinguished. Is Gary Bailey now?
20 years from now, Sir Sancho and his consortium will buy 25.4% of Man United, and with a view of a full takeover 5 years later. Okay, well, we will see about that. I wouldn't bet money on that, but it's.
Oh, you never know, do you? You never know.
Well, there was a story, wasn't there, about Beckham? So why not Sancho?
I think the only ex-player that's got the wherewithal to do that is Mr. Ronaldo, because he would get Middle Eastern.
Yes, his contract now, his latest contract is a massive contract. He receives a lot of money.
It's 300 million a year, isn't it? And isn't it 15% of the profit of? I don't know. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
It's the second best contract I've ever heard of in my life compared to Beckham's LA Galaxy one.
Yes. Oh no. How's the music career going? It's not.
It's not. Could have been better. Bailey Land coming in and say, yes, lads. Good to see you, Bailey. And combine with the question, getting Sesko or not. Let's talk about Sesko. The latest report that he wants United more than Newcastle. He prefers Man United. But I think the problem still is Leipzig. I think they want 75 million. Are we talking about 75 or is it 70?
I think it's 70 something euros.
Yes.
So it's around 50 to 60 million pounds.
But still a lot of money. I think we are at a place where we need to sell Anthony to Saudi and then we can talk. So we are in talks with Sesko at the moment, but the question is, are we willing to take a chance on Sesko? And I also heard Laurie Whitwell talk today about he had a hunch. He said it wasn't something that he knew as a fact, but he had a hunch that maybe Leipzig could take Højlund on a kind of swap deal, so they will get a new striker and we will get a new striker in all of this, because Højlund needs to go somewhere.
I don't see that. I think we already knew the mechanism of a deal for Sesko anyway. There's supposed to be a gentleman's agreement that he can go for 60 million euro, I read. How true that is, I don't know. I think it's a huge gamble. I've said before, I think it's a huge gamble.
Can we do a poll or something like that, see what these people are thinking? Because I think it's straight down the middle. I think some people are thinking just get a striker in and some people don't understand.
Well, I would, I was on record saying I'd have taken Osherman. The Osherman deal's off the table now. But why is the Osherman deal off the table if we're looking at similar money for Sesko? So clearly we didn't want Osherman. Clearly we didn't want Gyökeres. Clearly we wanted Sesko all along. But if you believe what you read, I did see 55 plus 5, so 60 million deal. That's what I've seen floating around.
£60 million, yes.
Yeah, 65. Yeah, 60 million pounds deal is what I've seen, not euro, but million pounds.
Yeah.
And you know, is it going to be worth it? Look, we know he's athletic, we know he's big, we know he's strong, we know he's powerful, he's quick over 10 yards, not particularly quick over 30 yards. So, you know, he's likely to get caught by some quicker defenders. Is he going to is it from a part-time drag queen? No, unfortunately. Is it, you know, is he going to be what we need? The problem with there's two issues with transfers, and the problem with transfers is that we all look at it and think, wow, he's going to be the one for us, and it doesn't matter who we're linked with. I remember a couple of years ago with Amrabat, well, fucking we get Amrabat in, we're sorted, but nobody was speaking about Amrabat the year before. Nobody's speaking about Frankie de Jong the year before we were linked with him. You know, this happens with us. We always seem to latch on to particulars, and we get quite excited by specifics, and specifics at the minute are we're in for Sesko. He's a bit of an enigma. You know, is he going to succeed? Won't he succeed? We won't know till he comes to the door. I think if you move Højlund on to accommodate Sesko, we're no further down the line.
I think you're back to square one. Back to square one.
Is Sesko going to guarantee you 20 goals a season? I don't think so. No. I think you're looking at a very, very similar position that our good old friend Nunes was banging him in. The Benfica couldn't, you know, he struggled since he's come to. Great hard work. You know, you ask every Liverpool fan, I tell you, his hard work, his off the ball work is phenomenal. But actually doing what he's supposed to do, scoring goals, it doesn't work for him. I've said it a couple of days ago, Mark, and I'll say it again. You've got to go for Isak, irrespective of whether he wants Liverpool. You've got to get the checkbook.
Put the bid on the table to make yourself look like
money. You've got to offer money. You've got to offer money. We're not going to do it. Everyone says he only wants Liverpool. So now all we're getting is Cesko. Apparently, only wants Man United.
All in bluff. All in bluff.
5 weeks ago, he only wanted Arsenal. Remember, but Arsenal couldn't do a deal with Leipzig, so they changed their mind and go for Gyökeres. This is all about convenience. This becomes what's called a convenience transfer. And who's it convenient for? It's convenient for Leipzig. It's convenient for Sesko. It's convenient for the fans of Manchester United. Is it convenient for the club and the players? Absolutely not. It's
the only people you say, yeah, that's right, convenient, right? The only person it's not convenient for is Amorim, because if he isn't in Amorim's top two, then why are we signing him? We already know that one of them's gone to Arsenal, and I still think he'll flop. But
yeah, well, we know he's not. Look, Sesko's clearly a talented footballer. Clearly a talented footballer. We were linked with him. Me and Jobs were talking about it last night when he was 18, 19. What is he now? 22, isn't he? We've been linked with him for 3 years, and we've never really been serious about him until now. All of a sudden, we're serious. But if you are serious about Sesko, why have we waited till now to go, as Jamie laughingly put, head to head against Newcastle for a bid? What is the issue? And now, you know, I was impressed with United's efforts to sign him. Just football, it just doesn't work like that. He doesn't care. Sesko doesn't care. If he really wanted to go to United, he'd have been pushing for this deal weeks ago, not going to Arsenal. So, like I say, I think it's more of a convenience thing. And the other thing is, guys, and I'll be really interested to know what the devilish tacticos say about this. Does he guarantee you 15 goals? If you were to put Sesko alongside Watkins, forget Watkins' age for the minute, but put Sesko or Watkins alongside, who guarantees you goals and who gives you the potential for goals? And that's the difference for me. Watkins guarantees you goals.
Well, Stu, I made a poll. The question is just simply Sesko 70 million ? Yes, no. And the third option is Watkins 60 million pounds. And by now, 47% say yes to Sesko, 41% say no, and 12% say Watkins 60 million euros. Get your votes in. I'm curious to hear your opinion on this. And we have Trevor Wade in the house coming in and say, "Evening, Jarvis, Osborne, Cocker, and Right Said Fred, aka Mark."
Well, there you go. Right Said Fred were models. I just saw point that out. They were models. Yeah. I'd like to know what. I'd like to know, that 47%. What's that based on, though? I really would like to know that.
Social media influence.
I don't know. I just really like to know. I'm not being argumentative. I just really like to know what it's based upon. Why people want Sesko would be really interesting to me.
Yeah. No, everything you just said, right? You just said about would he get us 15 goals, right? We bought a 9-goal striker from Atalanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can't get us 15 goals. How many goals did Cesko get last season? It was barely double. 13, wasn't it? I was going to say
in the Bundesliga, yes.
So you're looking about the same. Is he scoring 13 in the Premier League? No, he's going to get less than 10 because that's how it translates. You almost split it in half. Are we going to create more chances for him? The more chances you create, the more goals you can score. I don't want a striker. I'm adamant. I don't want any of these strikers. I can understand the Watkins one. I don't think he works hard enough, and I think that's why he got dropped for Rashford at the end of last season. I think he's got a bit of Billy Big Bollocks about him. I think he's done well, got called up, thought he's going to be the next Harry Kane in the England squad. They don't even put him on. They don't even take Harry Kane off and put him on. They don't take. There's one striker out there I want. We don't get linked with him, and I would take him in a heartbeat. Ivan Toney.
I mentioned him last night, Ivan Toney.
I've been saying it for weeks. Well, even when he went there,
I don't think he'll come back.
He's another perfect fit.
Yeah, I don't think he'll come back. I agree. I think Toney would be okay for us. I don't think he'll come back though.
30 goals out there. Yes, I know. Shit league. It goes hand in hand.
Still he was double figures, wasn't he, with Brentford?
Yeah, always. And then you got the Mbeumo link up. I think Cunha will work well with him. Why not? But yeah, Osman, ridiculous money. Sesko, ridiculous money. None of these are proven to actually do much. There was a comparison done about Amorim. People saying, is Amorim capable of taking Man United on because he's come from the Portuguese league? Yeah, we spoke about Gyökeres. If you don't think the manager's capable of taking a team on, then the players shouldn't be capable of producing in the Premier League either. It's sort of the way of saying it. You get generational stars, right?
Mm.
We can't just go around and buy Prem. But if you're going to look at Sesko, I'm going to start looking at Evans from. Is it Evans? Brighton, the Brighton striker or people like that.
Evan Nilsson. The Brazilian.
Roma.
Yeah, but I'd rather buy any striker from the Premier League before we start buying these so-called hot shots from the outside. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago we spoke about Jonathan Davies?
Yeah.
We were never linked to him. He's ended up signing for Juventus.
Yeah, free.
Yeah. No one spoke about him. No one really speaks about Cesko. And now people are fighting over him because he's the last one on the list that's available.
And this is what I mean. It's a convenient signing. It's not a signing that you would jump out your chair to get. It's a convenient signing. All three of us spoke about this 3 or 4 weeks ago. There's a small pool of strikers. There's only a small amount of clubs that want them, and Liverpool could go and get 2 potentially. Isaac and Ekitike. But nobody
came out and said, "I've heard Harry Kane's on the market." All these United fans are going to jump on that. I'll bring Harry Kane back. That's what happens as soon as it's there because everyone wants someone, but you've got to look. Does he fit our formation? Does he fit the team?
I'd take Kane. I'd take Kane in a heartbeat.
No. But Kane does fit, sort of thing. But I'm just saying, in general, you got to look at the player. We can't just sign someone. I want Edison. I want Denzel Dumfries. I want Martinez in goal. I'm really not worried because these are first choice players in these positions for myself. You've probably got your own first choice players. I actually really like that Sporting one, Jarvis. I looked more into him and what I'd seen of
Samu Omorodion.
I would take him in a heartbeat. But these strikers, no, none of them. I'll keep Rasmus. I will keep beating the Rasmus drum until we actually get a quality striker.
They don't exist anymore, though. They don't exist. They, the striker that you're talking about, when you looked at the days of Ruud van Nistelrooy, you knew there was 5 or 6 of Ruud van Nistelrooy types of players. R9 was floating around at the time. We think probably the greatest number 9 of the modern era. Absolutely amazing.
If you got McDonald's.
Yeah, you got Van Persie in there. You got our own Ruud van Nistelrooy. There was some amazing strikers. You look back at the 80s, again, some brilliant strikers, and the 90s, some brilliant strikers. They were top 6, top 8 would all have good, solid strikers. No, they just don't exist. There's not that stardust anymore, of a player that you desperately want. You're looking around and you're scratching, you're clutching at straws as to who you actually want and why you want that particular player. Lewandowski is too old now, but he would fit into a bracket of Ruud van Nistelrooy. We stick into the box with him and bang, good night. That's it. Cavani when he was younger, bang, next. All I want is a cross, bang, next. That's all they're interested in. These footballers don't exist anymore. So, for me, again,
everyone's saying about having Welbeck back. I totally agree because he knows what it is to be a United player. I never wanted him to go. I wished him the best, but he's still doing it.
Yeah, he is. If he keeps himself fit this season, what did he score? He got double figures last season, didn't he? Just about.
Yeah. But these players go on, right? Rasmus, how many did he get overall last season? Tell me, was it 12, 13 goals?
Yeah, he got 4 in the league, didn't he? The rest was in Europe,
Yeah, so he scored that. That's still, how many did Cunha get? 15?
Probably in all competitions, and then Boomer got 20 in the league, didn't he? 19 or 20 in the league.
Yeah, they got knocked out of their competitions quick, though.
Yeah, they did,
So he's not far off those two. That's what people keep forgetting. You can look, he still scored goals. It might not be in the Premier League, but he still scored goals in competitions. You got to play games, you got to score in the games that you're in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he is. It'll be interesting to see where he is on, like I say, on Wednesday, to see what we do and how we play on Wednesday. But for me, we've just got to find that person who's going to pop the ball in the back of the net. And I don't know whether Sesko does that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's anyone. I genuinely don't think there's anyone. Like I say, Tony for me would be the one I'd go for. We joked about Vardy, but I don't see any of these players being any different to what we've already got. That's the point I'm trying to make. Rasmus has been terrible last season. Yeah,
he didn't have his
best. I thought, here we go. They've worked out how to unlock Rasmus. They're going to let him run from the halfway line, and no one's going to catch him. But then they stopped doing it. But
Stu, talking about and Mark talking about Rasmus. Everybody is in 7 heaven after he ran in behind and had a beautiful finish and hit the crossbar. And that's what we take from that game. But I still see his movement is still terrible. We didn't talk about this yesterday, Stu. So I want to bring it up. It's something from the game yesterday. This the break when Mainoo lost the ball and Ugarte won it straight after. But we analyzed this yesterday, and it's something we talked about. He should have passed to Cunha, who's on the left. Mainoo, he lost the ball. He tried to chip it to Bruno, and here you see Ugarte. But I want you to have a look at Rasmus Højlund, who is the striker in this position.
Where he's about to point for the through ball and it doesn't come.
Well, look at his movements and just give me your judgment. I'm not going to say anything. Look at Højlund here. As a striker, do you think that's good movement, or is it clueless?
No, because if you wind that back probably 2 seconds, watch what is the left-sided centre-back step out and create the gap that actually the ball's played through for Ahmad.
So here, what do you mean?
So play it through slowly. Yeah, watch the gap create where Rasmus blocks his player. He's looking for a bounce pass. That's what he's looking for. But that was actually a nutmeg, right? So as Rasmus goes now, they've narrowed, didn't they?
Yeah. So you mean that he found the space? He found the space. Is true. He's ready to.
Gone.
Because there's a space here in between the centre backs, and this is Rasmus's space. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's where he should be, coming into the penalty spots for a tap-in goal.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know why he's not there? And the defender were very, very clever. The two centre halves are very clever. If you go back to when Rasmus takes a step forward,
they didn't step with him, did they?
No, exactly. That's what good defenders.
That's what he tried to do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So that is from a defensive point of view, it's ideal. You're always going to get caught on the overload anyway, because Ahmad was quicker than the fullback. So that's not the issue. The way they didn't step,
not even looking at him, he's watching the ball.
Exactly.
From the outside.
Yeah, the way they didn't step up with Rasmus was the key thing, and that was Rasmus's problem. He doesn't know this because his head's not on a swivel. What he should have done, Rasmus, is back into Kilman. So Kilman's directly behind him. I think that's Kilman. Should have backed in directly to Kilman, felt where Kilman was, stopped Kilman moving towards or in the vicinity of Agate, and then Rasmus gets in a lot easier that way. But he doesn't quite understand that nature of the game. But it's really good by Kilman there just to allow Rasmus to move without following him. Because if Kilman follows him, that's where the gap is in behind.
But going on that,
I think you're spot on, Stu. I think you're right. Mark,
there was a lot of times he called for that ball, made that run. You know what, Jarvis, were you expecting him to have shielded the player and asked for the ball to feet?
Well, first of all, I don't like Rasmus stepping into Ugarte's space. He's crowding Ugarte's space.
Correct.
He shouldn't do that. He should understand as a striker, when someone is facing goal with the ball, don't fucking crowd their space. That's point one. As a striker, you should know this by now. He's 22 or whatever, So don't step against the momentum of the game, of the play, because he can't offer nothing in this space. He can't offer nothing. What is Ugarte supposed to do? Give him a 1 yard pass? And Rasmus with the back against the goal is going to do something incredible? No. So, as Stu said, in this moment, I agree with Stu. He should just stay here, keep his arm back, and hold Kilman off from going into this position, and give Ugarte this space. And then he should feel the defender and either go this way or this way, depending on Kilman's movement.
Do you not think that's something they've told him not to do now? Because last season, we constantly complained that he was too physical with the centre-backs. He was always looking for the contact instead of anticipating the contact. By stepping off, if they want to have contact with him, they've now got to come to him, as Stu just said, right?
That's a good question. What do you think, Mark? What's your take?
Well, I think he had about 4 or 5 times they were wider. He asked for the ball, it didn't come. That was a nutmeg, and this is another nutmeg, so it's a double nutmeg. He nutmeg steps inside. I think he thought, I'll go for the ball. He didn't think he was going to get there. That's why I think he steps out. I think when you're looking at it in slow motion, Stu, you know what it's like. Sometimes as a defender, you see the nutmeg and you think the player's going to block him, so I'm going to go for the ball on the other side.
Yeah, the thing is about that is once Kilman had stepped off and he allowed Rasmus to go into Agarte's position. Agarte's problem changes immediately within a split second. What do I do? Where do I go? And you watch the way that Højlund shimmies backwards and forwards, watching me. Oh, crikey, I'm running into Agarte's space. And he's constantly looking at where Agarte is. He's not looking at where he should be. If you go back to the beginning again, Jarvis, I would be, if I was, and Mark, and I know you must have done this plenty of times. If I'm Højlund, I'm stepping in front there of Kilman, and I'm grabbing Kilman at the bottom of the shirt. That's where I'm holding Kilman, and I'm holding him blindside of the referee. Actually, a little bit, towards him. I'm holding it blindside the referee so I can prevent Kilman's movement. What Kilman is doing by not stopping, he's not got any problem of catching Rasmus offside. He could step up at will if Rasmus turned, and you've done this yourself, Mark. You must have. You've turned in. You've realised there's not a defender on you. You've gone past him, and all Kilman's done is step up and gone like that.
Sure. I'm going to stop you there because you've already said right at the very start the pass should have gone to Cunha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, Rasmus is blindsided the defender. The defender's arms are not feeling for him. He doesn't know where he is. So he's coming back from offside position. If that ball goes to Cunha, this centre-back's going to step out. He's going to, or at least they're going to try and go 2v1 on him. Yeah. Dorgu's probably slightly off because he held real big width. Rasmus is going to come round that centre-back and the ball could have been playing first time. Now, that's a kind of training ground mood right here.
Yeah.
Played a little thing, 1-2 or a first-time pass. Rasmus, as he comes round, he's in. We didn't do that. He cuts, he plays, like you say, he wins it back. We don't know what they've been practicing. So sometimes things are set up and they don't come off. I would say a lot of our play, our patterns of play, don't happen right now. So if one person, I used to say it was either our midfielders, it'd be Bruno, or it would be Casemiro or Ugarte playing the wrong pass, and the whole thing goes to pot. If he plays that there, I think Rasmus comes round and there's a potential through ball to his feet on the run.
But he's not on his toes there, though. That's the trouble. He's gone static and he's allowed Kilman in. Watch. He's gone in front of Kilman, so he's allowed Kilman in. Kilman instinctively,
he's gone in front.
Yeah, Kilman.
I would expect a striker or someone to be running through, expecting a through ball, and no one went. No one went. Bruno's got back.
If you go back, Mark, go back just a little bit, Jarvis. Watch what Rasmus does. Keep going back.
You talking about where he sort of
instead of going behind Kilman, he steps in front of Kilman. Watch Kilman's hands immediately. Watch Kilman. Watch what he does. Little touch on the left, grabs his shoulders. So that's telling. Now Kilman knows exactly where Højlund is. I've got him. I'm touch tight. I can take him to the left. I can take him to the right. I can take him to the middle. I can grab his shirt. He is allowed Kilman to do that. He's made up Kilman's mind for him straight away. Talibo hasn't moved. Again, he hasn't moved a muscle. He might have moved, a couple of yards, but he's hardly moved.
I would have been telling him to play on Tadibo because he had a mare. He was rubbish.
Tadibo knows that if Rasmus was to get in there now, he's in his gut because Rasmus has come across Kilman rather than behind him. We can't legislate for what happened after, but Jarvis is right when he picks up that as soon as Agarte wins it, he's running into space. And me and Jarvis spoke about the Bowen goal. I mean, if you look at the Bowen goal, this is where Ward-Prowse would not allow an encroachment on De Ligt. There's always a 10-yard gap. Even when he was running with the ball, he was allowing De Ligt to run away from him. So we maintained the gap between him, picked the ball out for Bowen, and that's it. What Agarte had, he was running directly into Højlund. Jarvis is right. He was running into Højlund. There's only about 5 or 6 yards worth of space. Højlund at that point, when he hadn't, and you know this, Mark, because you'd have done it yourself, you'd have been dragging Kilman to the fucking edge of the area. not Kilman dragging you. You'd have been dragging Kilman. I want to bring you with me.
Stu, I agree, and maybe I'm not making myself clear. What I'm trying to say is, I would expect, like any team, anyone who's done any coaching at any level, you always work around the box. You see how he wins the ball there, and looking at that, it's almost a 2-foot tackle. Here, that ball should have gone to Cunha. 100% should have gone to Cunha.
Yeah. But watching now, watch Rasmus
this moment,
As good as this nutmeg is, it should not have gone there. His foot is open to play that pass.
Yeah.
His body weight is in all of it. He's actually making it harder to nutmeg him. He gets it. But you're saying about Rasmus comes and closes his space. The nutmeg makes him almost run into Kobe Mainoo.
Yes.
Right? So the whole thing, we're focusing on one player here. This was more luck than judgment. Yeah. What I would have liked to see, and this is coaching now, Jarvis, you can do it in little black lines. If Ugarte plays the pass to Cunha, he's not going to do it. If he passes the ball to Cunha, Cunha can play a 1-2 with Rasmus. And I'm telling you now, where Ahmad is, he plays a diagonal through ball, and Ahmad's in, and he got 2 runners into the box. That's football. That's attacking 3-5-2. Do you see what I mean?
So you mean something like this, or the ball goes here?
As the ball would have come back. So imagine the second pass. It's just a bounce pass, and he can play it diagonal because the defender will step out. He can clip it over or whatever. That's the kind of attacking play. When you're playing wing backs, you reverse the ball. You break the offside rule because you can have someone on the left, but you reverse it right.
As a defender there, Mark, I'd want him to go to Cunha, and I'd want him into Rasmus. I'd want that. I would love that.
Yes, but you wouldn't want it bounced back to him and played
but I'm stopping Rasmus.
Not looking at his runner.
No, but I'm stopping Rasmus then. So if he gets it, and I'm looking at Tebow to come in behind me, we're going to be deep, admittedly. Yeah. But I want it to come off Rasmus. I want the bounce back ball to either Ugarte or to Cunha. I totally agree that because I'm safe there and I'm stopping Rasmus moving. What I would prefer Rasmus
he doesn't get in the box.
Correct. What I prefer Rasmus to do there is I might risk the free kick. I may risk the free kick. I may not. It depends. And you know as well as I do, Mark, when you're risking a free kick, you're not going to risk it when Ward-Prowse is on the pitch, for example.
It doesn't matter. I could hold you and pull you down, but if the rest of
vice versa. What I'd like to see here is Rasmus backtrack and then force the issue. Force Kilman to either play me offside or make an attempt to play me offside or come in. Because if you go back with him, that 5-yard space, 6-yard space becomes 8 yards. And and you're right about the pass to Cunha. Cunha can get a shot off there and easily score.
Well, not even a shot, Stu. That's what I'm trying to say.
We can still get a pass. A shot or a pass.
Well, guys, it's a fantastic debate. I love talking about this, but we need to just. We have been talking now 15 minutes about Rasmus's movement, and I know people love to watch this. This is Tactical Devils. We are footballing nerds. This is what we do. There's no right answer. My point of bringing this up when we talked about Rasmus, it's about his instincts. I agree that there are several outcomes of what could have happened. As Mark said, he could have played Cunha the 1-2 and created something else, and maybe that was Rasmus's thought at the moment. But I feel, as the guy, as Trevor said, who's leading the lines, you should be the guy who's always pushing the centre backs backwards. And in this instance, I think his instincts are wrong, taking a step up against Ugarte because he crowds his space. You should never do that if you lead the line. You should have one focus, and that is try to get in behind, try to score goals. You don't want to be he's not the playmaker in this instance. That should be his instinct.
That's what I agree with. I would have liked to see at least 2 people trying to break that line there.
That one I agree.
Standing still. You see Bruno standing still through that whole thing. He doesn't do anything. Where Kobe's there and they almost run into each other. You're right. Rasmus has come towards the ball. Could he have dragged the defender in by making a run? And could Cunha, if he wasn't got the ball,
we don't see that Man United, the opposite movement. I agree. We do that. We did that all the time when I was playing. The striker always dropped down. You always had to run in behind, because he drags the defender and open up the space. This is how you play football.
I think our attacking
don't do that in Man United.
Enough in training. I really do.
That's why, and I'll finish my little piece now. That's why that little 2 yards that Kilman stayed, where he stayed put, Kilman gave himself the upper hand, because he knew straight away how to play Rasmus from there onwards. But look, we crafted a really good goal, didn't we? Let's be honest.
We did.
We crafted a really good goal. So I did enjoy that. That was good. I like stuff like that.
Me too. And I just want to say to Jarle, I know Rasmus had a good game, and I'm not trying to hang Rasmus on the wall, and expose him to the world. What I'm saying is, I always feel that his instincts as a striker is off. He's not ready to lead the lines for Man United. He's not good enough. But he had a good game yesterday. I would say he had a good game, but I still think we need to sign a striker. And I just wanted to point this out for people who actually, because I feel like a small portion of the fan base are saying at the moment, well, maybe we should just go with Højlund next season. He will be better, But I don't feel that.
I believe he will.
It's not ready.
I don't see much in Obi making. We're talking about decision making, aren't we? We're talking about experience, and that's why people go, "Oh, play Obi." Actually, from what I've seen of him on the pitch, they don't give him the ball. They don't create him chances. So I would like to see more for him as well. So it is generic to Manchester United right now. We are not creating chances. This is true, because then we can just chuck the ball in the box.
No, just one other short thing, and I don't know whether you did this as a striker, Mark, and it's a nightmare for a defender. Is if you wander into an offside position, hanging in an offside position while you're watching the play unfold, and you're making me think, now what do I do?
Yeah, no, I used to do it all the time. Like, so where you said Rasmus come past him, I make contact with the player. Yeah, I give him a nudge. Like walking down the street, and you give someone one of them. Yeah. Because then I know he's going to come towards me, because he's going to retaliate, because people's mind go, they don't see it coming. Exactly. A reaction. That's what I'm talking about, experience. That's why I want an experienced striker at the club. That's what he needs.
I would have retaliated.
Grabbing and pulling, and he should be acting to that. He needs to know how to instigate it. That's why I swear by the Jamie Vardy, because it's an obvious one. But anyone who learns different languages to insult the centre-back in his own language to get a reaction.
Quality, yeah.
Then that's a lower league thing, I think, as well. It's just.
I think it is, yeah. But like you, as you're walking past me, I'm going to kick your ankles anyway, just for the crack.
Yeah, I'm going to stand on your toes the next time in a corner while we're jostling. Exactly. It happens. Football's not a nice game. People want to see it and have all these skills, but there's stuff that goes on to create that space.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, I hope the Devilish Tacticos enjoyed that debate. It was good. I enjoyed it.
It was good. It was really good. I see Bath Time. Darius is in the house. Big up, Bath Time. Good to have you in the Devilish Tacticos crowd. And stories also here. A lot of people tuning in. Boxing Straight Talk is watching on terrible Wi-Fi, but I'm glad you're here, buddy. I'm glad you're here. Bath Time on holiday. Bilal absolutely wobbling in food and carbs. Yes.
Nothing in that. Nothing wrong in that.
Italy?
Nothing right. Yeah, he's got to be in Italy. If he's
the gabagoo. If
he's talking at carbs. Yeah, he's definitely wallowing in carbs. He's in Italy for sure. He's on the wine. He's on the ragu. He's having the beautiful pasta. Bit of gelato to finish it off.
Oh yes, please. I've just seen this one from Catherine McDay. Please show the Pele's header against Banks. Can I just say, Peter Schmeichel recreated that. Does anyone remember Peter Schmeichel?
Rapid Vienna away. Yeah, Rapid Vienna away.
But by the way, Jay comes in and say Watkins is the best instant plug-in.
Correct.
And I think you are right. The only thing is the price and age. And if we could just give him like a 3-year contract, that would be perfect. I don't want to be stuck with him.
Like one way, best of the bad bunch is another.
Cheers, I'm Titanium. Good to see you again, buddy. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, good to see you. Let's go to the next topic. I want to talk about the main topic of the evening. Fabrizio Romano details how Xavi Simons' transfer impact Chelsea's move for Alejandro Garnacho. So apparently, Chelsea, because they have signed a lot of players and they've sold a lot of players, there's one spot left in their team, even after they sign Simons. And I think Watkins. No, I read Watkins. Garnacho. He's willing to go to Chelsea. He said a lot of times he wants Premier League, and by the looks of it, Chelsea is the only viable move. There was also a report out. Where do we have it? Yes,
Would
the
you
one
loan
from
him?
Ben Jacobs. I read in the beginning that Chelsea could bid for Alejandro Garnacho in addition to Xavi Simons, as reports on Talksports last week. Another left winger possible even after Gittens, due to Quenda arriving in 2026, and Mudryk. I don't know. Did he juice up something? He was caught in some doping.
He's in
scandal.
real trouble. He's in real
Yeah.
trouble.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was full
So the thing is, apparently Chelsea now is after Garnacho. Are we getting any money from Chelsea, or are they just playing us because Chelsea loves to do the transfer business thing?
If it was me, Stu, I don't know what you would think, but if I was a club, I'm loaning Garnacho. I'm not paying any money for him, because I want to see that actually he's not going to bring all this, his brother and all these problems with him. I'm not paying money for him. I'm loaning him. Almost like the Sancho deal. That's the way I see it. I can't see us getting money for him, especially if we want 70 million. I know they're saying they was going to drop it, but Elanga 55. He's got to go for 20, 30 million, going on the prices of the other players that have been sold this summer.
Where's he going to play at Chelsea? Just out of interest.
In their B team, like European B team.
Well, he's not going to displace Cole Palmer, and he's not going to displace Xavi Simons if Simons goes.
He's not going to get Neto. No,
Simons is likely to replace Enzo,
and that's their free.
Yeah,
they play one up top and then free in behind.
So where does João Pedro play? Where does Liam Delap play? Where is he going to play? So if he wants to go to Chelsea and we get, like you say, Mark, 50, 60 million for him, fine.
Right.
I agree with you. If you're Chelsea, you'd loan him. But we can't do a loan, in my opinion. We can't do a loan unless we get all his salary off the books. I don't know what Garnacho's on, actually. I don't think he's on a huge amount of money, is he?
He's on more than you think. I think he's been having... I'll see if I can get it up. But
is he had increments, is he?
Yeah, I think so. Because remember, he came through young.
Yeah, he did. And he was on low.
Like Toby Mainoo pushing for his contract. He was on 50k, and he's like, I want 150.
So if he goes to Chelsea, where does he play? And that's my thing. If he goes to Villa, he starts.
Does he?
Yeah.
100% he starts. I think he starts for Villa. But again, Mark, has he got aspirations of playing in the World Cup next year? Because I think Argentina are qualified, haven't they?
Yeah.
Does he go to Chelsea and really ruin his chances of World Cup? And he
you go on loan, you take whatever deal. I'd go down the league and play for Wolves.
You play football is what I'm getting at, isn't it? Yeah. Because you stay at Manchester United, you're not going to make the squad. If you go to Chelsea, you won't play enough to make the squad. You go to Villa, you will. You go to Tottenham. I think it'd be great for Tottenham, by the way. You would.
Well, there's a lot of talk about that for Son now going to MLS and
he's going to MLS, isn't he? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Son
LA Galaxy, I think. Was it LA or was it LAFC? I can't remember. It's one of the LAs.
It's the LA clubs.
I think that's a great move.
Yeah, he's not going to. Clearly, he's not going to Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich have just taken Diaz for 68, so he's not going there. So you've got to look at where it is. Could he go to Newcastle? They got Anthony Gordon. So is Garnacho better than Anthony Gordon?
No. It's Brentford or Wolves, because you go where you've been replaced by. If someone's replaced you and you want to stay in that league, that's the team you should be looking at to go to. Because if you're not playing, you've got to step down, haven't you? You're not going to ask, well, not be funny, everyone's a step up from us. The only team that's worse than us is
at the moment, aren't they? Yeah.
So, ironically, he could go to Tottenham because it's the only team that finished below us,
Yeah.
So
it'd be really interesting to see what he does, but he's got to make a decision.
Jarvis, what do you think?
I think Chelsea are smart when it comes to transferring business. I think they know what they're doing. I think they are leading Garnacho on, and they are not going to solve this swiftly. Chelsea, on their hands, they have Nkunku and Jackson, and they are trying to, in one way or another, to offload them by the end of the summer transfer window. And they know we will become desperate at one point or another. I don't know what will happen, but either they sell Jackson, they want an astronomical 80 million to 100 million for him. I don't know what they want to do with Nkunku. They might keep him, but I think they rather offload him, and I think they could make a buck. So maybe I think at the end of the window, if Garnacho gets settled on, the players today, they are prima donnas. They want to choose the club, especially the Man United players. We saw it with Rashford. He only wanted Barcelona. I think Garnacho eventually will probably go out and say he only wants Chelsea and force his move to Chelsea. And it will put us in a situation where maybe we have to take Jackson, or we'll have to take a low fee for Garnacho in maybe 20 to 25 million, despite us wanting 50. This is how I see this play itself out.
I think
don't know.
Left on his contract. I think I see where you're going with that. I think they're going to have problems with releasing Nkunku for starters. Nobody wants him, and nobody wants Jackson either. If you're a serious player, you don't want these players. So I think Garnacho has got two choices: Villa or the bench at United. I think those are his choices. I agree with you.
Chelsea, even though Ben Jacobs said there is a spot open.
I think Chelsea taking the piss. I don't see where there can be a spot, by the way, because Mudryk, whatever happens with Mudryk, he's still on their books on 80 grand a week or whatever it is. I think he's still on their books. So if you've got Gittens coming in, why do you need?
Gittens has taken Sancho, isn't he? That's why I look at it. Gittens has taken Sancho.
Why do you need Garnacho? And this is if I was Garnacho, I'd be asking that question. Why do you need me? What are you going to do with me?
I'd be looking at Spain. Spanish is fat. I'd be looking to go Spain. Look at Anthony. Look at Rashford. Go Spain.
Atleti, maybe.
Well, that's where we got him from. That's his childhood club.
Yeah, maybe he goes back there. Yeah,
but
I don't know. It's a problem.
There's plenty of good Spanish clubs he could go to. And being in Spain, he's going to get more chance of getting the Argentinian spot, being around Latin Americans in Spain than in the Premier League.
I think he's a problem. He's a problem child, though, isn't he? One of the big issues with Sancho for me is attitude, and maybe people are looking at Garnacho and attitude, and they're thinking, "No, don't want anything."
That's what I'm saying. That was my original question. Would you not think I'm going to have to loan him before I buy him because I need proof I'm not going to waste my money? Same with Sancho. Anyone from Man United, it's got to be a loan to buy. I'm sorry, it has to be, because
superb.
As a United fan, I'm going, I don't want them at my club. So what do I want if I'm another team or a manager or a coach? I'm going, are you sure? I know he's talented. I know he's great. He's the new Ravel Morrison. That's the best one.
He's going that way, isn't he? He is.
He's the next Ravel Morrison, and I've seen Ravel Morrison when he was younger. That kid was unbelievable at every club. Anyone who's played football with him says he's the best. Garnacho
Fergie said he was the best, didn't he? Fergie said he was amazing, unbelievable player.
A lot of the top United players all said Ravel Morrison over anyone from that team.
Can't be bothered.
That was it. It's his background. It's where he comes from. You can't. It's a bit like you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can't take it out. Troy Deeney said it best. It was Troy Deeney, Afan Fenmar both said there'd be drug dealers if they didn't get into football. because that is
well, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's true.
And that's honesty, and that's what you want to hear as a young footballer. That's the kind of honesty you want to hear. You got to know where you've come from. Do you want to live that life, or do you want to get out? And I think Garnacho falls into that. His brother, I think he's the next Paul Pogba. He wants to be the next Ronaldo. I think he's the next Paul Pogba.
Be interesting to see. Be interesting to see what happens with him. Yeah.
63 likes, guys and girls. We have 305 people watching at the current moment, 64 on YouTube. So please give us a like if you haven't. The next topic we're going to talk about, because I think this Garnacho deal, we will just wait and see. So let's just move on to the Daily Jackson. There is a little Jackson update. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Daily Jackson. Stu, do you have something to add? Because I know you are close on the situation. You phone the mighty Nicholas Sir Jackson every day, and you are in constant.
He's a good mate of mine, Sir Nicholas Sir Jackson. Absolutely. And he's come on. He said, look, I hear Newcastle are in for me now. What do I do? Because the list of clubs is growing, he said. Turned down Real Madrid last week, Barcelona, and he got Rashford because I wasn't interested in going. Isaac said to me, look, are you interested in going to Liverpool? Because if you are, I know I haven't got a hope in hell. But Stu, I only want United. I said, look, Nicholas, it's not going to happen, mate. Get yourself up to Newcastle. You're going to be the new Alexander Isak. And I think that's where he will end up. So Nicholas Jackson will end up at Newcastle. And there's been slight rumours, I believe, today.
The rumours is as follows, and it comes out from none other than Matt Law, coming in and say, if Newcastle can't sign Benjamin Sesko, and we all know about the Sesko deal, we talked about it. Man United are willing to buy Sesko, apparently, and he wants Man United. So if Newcastle can't sign Benjamin Sesko, they'll consider to signing Sir Nicholas Jackson, according to Matt Law. So, yeah.
The legend is Nicholas Jackson. The interesting thing for me about all of this striker nonsense has been the emergence of Ekitike and the importance that Newcastle put on the Ekitike deal, only for Liverpool to see the importance of Ekitike because they felt they couldn't get Isak. Isak started crying, and he's still crying to this day. He hasn't stopped crying since Liverpool signed Ekitike, and he's still crying. And I think he's doing everything that he can to convince Nicholas Jackson to get to wear that number 9 shirt up at Newcastle, so he can hop on his merry way down to the Scousers and do that. To which Ekitike may well just be thinking to himself, "Hey, what the fuck have I just done?"
I think it's safe to say I would rather sign George Ware's brother. If you remember the story, I'd rather sign George Ware's brother than Nicholas Jackson for Man United. But I think he'd be great for any other team.
He's not for us, Nicholas Jackson.
Not for us. No.
He'd probably be very good at Villa. I think he'd be very good at Newcastle. He'd be very good at Brentford. I don't know why, Brentford can't afford him. It'd be good for the Palace, but they got Mateta, so why would you want Jackson? It's a problem. Him and Nkunku for Chelsea are a big issue. They just need to move them off the books, the same as us. But Jackson, he doesn't want to go. Chelsea rate him very, very highly. Maresca rates him very highly. Yes. But he's clearly not going to play, is he? Let's be honest, he won't play at Chelsea.
Well, I think he's great. He gets in all the right positions. He's always there, ready to put the ball in the net. He's just missing one key thing.
Scoring.
The ability to finish the ball.
Score. Yeah, the ability to finish. Yeah, that is his issue.
I've seen him miss when all he had to do was let it hit him.
Yes, I know.
So
yes.
Just let it hit him, and he would go in, and he swung a foot at it and put it wide. But that can be said about a lot of players. So,
well, that is true. There's been a lot out there. Good luck to the guy. By the way, for anybody just tuning in, the Nicholas Jackson is a light-hearted segment that we that we do. That's all it is. We think he's a very, very fine footballer.
Do you think we're adding to the speculation? Maybe they're pulling us off of YouTube, going Nicholas Jackson to United. I've seen it. You know,
you would be surprised, Mark, how much other channels are using our content. You would be quite surprised.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Nicholas Jackson, I'm not so sure, but you would be surprised how many you turn onto other channels and they do something that we said, me and Jarvis suspected about the night before. It's quite uncanny. They almost quite
it is. Redstone coming in, big up Redstone coming in and say, I think we won't be getting a striker. The plan A was Delap and then Gyökeres. So here we are. No plan C, D, E, and F. Maybe Jackson is F on that list. But we will see Redstone.
Both strikers, by the way. I think plan A was both strikers and Rasmus to go. I think we bring Delap in cheap. Gyökeres was we were going to make a saving on that gentleman's agreement that obviously never was going to happen. So, yeah, I think that was plan A. And if you can't get plan A, don't bother with B. Go for something else.
Yeah. I heard you say that before, Mark, and I agree. I think that's actually the most sensible thing to do at the current moment. Sorry, Stu, I interrupted you.
No, you're right. I was about to say exactly the same. I think that's an interesting take, Mark. I hadn't really thought about it that way. I know that Liam Delap right now will be thinking, what the F have I done? I wanted Champions League football. Oh, good luck on the bench then, pal. Because
he's been properly screwed over. And that's why I would think twice about going to Chelsea. Looking at Delap, I'd use Delap as my, hello, hang on. They bought him. He turned down United where he was guaranteed to start. He was told he was guaranteed to start for Chelsea. Oh, no, wait. Chelsea have gone and signed another striker.
Yeah.
Interesting take here from Regan. Hendrick.
Do you think
he's not a striker? He's a 10.
Yeah. Do you think? But would you? I mean, look, the only.
And he's going to get a lot of game time this year. But obviously, a big Real fan as well. He'll get a lot of game time for Mbappe with the Champions League. They're saving Mbappe for Champions League.
I think Hendrick gets a bit more, but you would take him as a 10 and stick on Boomer as a 9 because Boomer could play as a 9 quite comfortably. But you would take Hendrick 10 anyway. But then why wouldn't you go for Rodrigo?
Because he wants to play on the left.
He's too expensive. Wants to play on the left, and he's a hybrid. But why wouldn't you take him if you could?
Yeah.
So
he wants to play as a left wing back, and therefore he's not a 10.
Correct.
Well, no, I'm taking from Real Madrid.
He can play advanced, so can't he, Rodrigo? I mean, well, fucking hell, it's just great, isn't he? By that logic, we should get Gareth Scalia from PSG, as Jarvis knows. I quite like.
The defender.
Gareth Scalia plays wide left. Well, he's a hybrid 10, isn't he, Jarvis? He's fucking.
Yes, he's something special. He's just a good footballer. He's a baller. He can play a lot of positions. Yeah,
he's a special player, Gareth Scalia.
He's a very special player.
And Dave comes in and say Hendrick is interesting, great finisher if available. Really, but he's so young. I think he needs to develop. Coming to a loan deal with Man United, I think it's not the right move for him at the current stage.
Yet, Hendrick?
No,
I don't think he is he?
No, he might be coming up to 18. I think he moved to 17. I think he moved it. No, hang on. Would they not have had the same restrictions as we had, where we had to wait for Leon to turn 18?
I know he's really young though, isn't he, Hendrick?
He is very young, and he looks even younger than what he
18.
is.
Catherine Madon 18. But Regan says 19. 18, 19. Young kid.
But people saying he's a great finisher. I think he's only got about 2 or 3 goals for Madrid, hasn't he?
He's not scored many goals, but I don't think he's been a focal point, has he?
No, so he might be a great finisher in Brazil, is what I'm getting at. But
yes,
that's not the European leagues.
David Neres, I think people are mentioning Neres. He's Napoli player. I think Napoli won't sell to us.
No, we're not getting.
No.
I don't see that for him next year. But yeah, no.
Napoli's a tough bargain. Always. Always.
That was the obvious move, wasn't it, for Garnacho? Going back to Garnacho, the Napoli deal. Why has they pulled out after wanting him in January? And that was concrete. They did want him in January.
I didn't want to go. Apparently, he didn't want to go. Apparently.
Diego Maradona's blood club.
And he would have had a Serie A title, wouldn't he? So.
Yeah,
a Scudetto.
I wouldn't be surprised if McTominay turned around and said, "Don't touch the kid with a barge pole, he's a tosser."
I wouldn't be surprised if he said that as well. And that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. It's football is about who do you know? Oh, you know so and so from that club. What's he like?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's all right, but it's all his entourage. And what did I say? Do you remember one of my first shows with you? I said about that for Osman.
Yeah,
it's his entourage.
Yeah, well, he's got. I mean, I still can't believe Osman's gone to Galatasaray. I mean, it's just fucking dumb, that is, for me.
But it makes sense why people wouldn't touch him. He's got.
I have two more things to go through before we go to the Q&A. I think we are 1 hour 30 minutes into the show. I will be quick. I will just mention this because I think that it's newsworthy. And the first is from Roshmano and his X channel Transfers MUFC. So if you are not a subscriber of his X channel, go to Transfers MUFC on X and subscribe. Always put out reliable transfer news. So Toby Collyer is set to leave Man United on loan this summer, and this is from none other than Samuel Lockhurst. Is that a wise move? Do you think Toby should go out on loan, Mark? What's your thoughts on Collyer?
No, I do. I believe he's even spoke about it, but it's a possibility. I believe it might even be on MUFC, on their app or something like that. I saw it today. So it is definitely one of those things we're entertaining. He hasn't had the game time. He's at the age now where he needs that game time. He's too good for our 21s and things like that. He's a phenomenal player. But I hope if he goes on loan, he's got to go Championship.
Wrexham. Be brilliant for him. Be absolutely brilliant for him, Wrexham.
No, I would have said keep him in up north. So keep him at Bolton or someone like that. I can't remember
around what area, Manchester.
Yeah, I'd keep him around that so we can keep tabs on him easier and things. But it's not too far away.
Great move. I think Wrexham would be a really, really good move for him. It's going to be an interesting time period for Wrexham. Birmingham be another good one for him. Birmingham are going to do very, very well in the Championship next season. Wrexham, I think, will struggle more, and I think Collyer might gain from his struggling team. He might gain the knowledge of really how to dig deep and win games of football. Parkinson's
when you gain the confidence, that's the flip side of it. You've got to gain confidence as well.
A proper footballer will, though, won't they? A proper footballer will take every ounce of experience that when you're really in the depths of despair, how do you call yourself out to win this game? Parkinson's a great coach as well. Great manager.
And from what I know of Collyer and his family, they only live a few miles from me. His family, that's the kind of people they are. That it's all about hard work, come from nothing. So
I think the Hollywood era is gone now from Wrexham. I think that they're still there, but the Hollywood side of it has gone. They've got to concentrate on football. They'd be absolutely brilliant for him. I think it'd be a great move. Birmingham again, good move, really good move.
Yes, that's what. And we've had a lot of success at putting people at Birmingham. So
we have. Be a great move for them. So it'd be
too far down to Salford.
It's a bit too far down, but wouldn't put it past me. Salford don't get promoted this season.
Well, but why the Championship? How old Collyer is? Is he 22? 20? No, I think he's too old to go to the Championship. If he wants to have a career at Man United, he needs to go to the Premier League, and I think he should go to one of the newly promoted team, maybe Leeds, maybe one of the newly promoted teams to get game time and experience.
We would not loan him to Leeds.
Why not?
So
because of the old rivalry.
It's an answer.
Yeah, okay.
100%. I'm just trying to think. So what is it? Is he 20 or is he 21?
I think he's 22. I think he's older than. See.
I think he was he 17 when we came from Brighton? Yeah, it's just he's been at the club a lot longer than we think.
He's 21.
He's 21. I don't think that's too old to go to the Championship at all.
3rd of January. So he will be 22 this season, January.
So I think that's the perfect age. Ahmad went out to the Championship, well,
Sunderland.
Let's talk about it. Let's compare it. Gyökeres, Coventry, and look where he's come back now. He's learnt from the Championship. He's gone abroad. He's come back to the Premier League. Collyer, there's plenty of great players who've gone on loan to the Championship and learned that physical. I think it's great for the midfielders.
Physicality, yeah.
Unless you want to send him to Turkey, I think it's the next best place for him to learn that welcome to hell kind of thing. Because
yes.
Well, he should go on loan some club near Manchester. We need to keep tabs on him, need to follow him tightly. And because I think he has a special talent, and he's one of those midfielders that I actually feel that can develop to become a Man United player in time. He's not just a money project for us to sell an academy player. I think it's good enough even now. And we are at a place where there is no pathway into the first team for him right now, because we have a lot of players in that pivot. We have Ugarte, Mainoo, Bruno, and Casemiro. So he will be 5th choice in a place where there are only 2 positions and we play only 1 game a week. So we need a loan. That's or we need to push out one of the others and give Collyer time.
1 game a week. So we need players on loan. So if we had European games, we got squad rotation, right? But all those rotational players this season, they need to be on loan.
He's got to play. Yeah, Blackburn will be a good one. He's got to play, though. Wherever he goes, he has to play.
So I've got the league in front of me. I'm looking at Blackburn, Derby, maybe even go north to Middlesbrough, because that's quite a thing. Preston, North End. And then you got both Sheffield clubs, Stoke. You've got to remember, I forgot this, Jarvis, and you just said it. Bolton are in League One.
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
I keep forgetting. Bolton got relegated. All those sort of teams. So if we were going to send him to Bolton, we might just send him to Gary Neville.
What happened to JJ Okocha and the Reebok Stadium? That was something. That was something.
What a player JJ Okocha was. Fernando Hierro wore the white of Bolton, remember, as well.
Yeah.
Had a great team. Next topic I think we need to just mention is this one. It came out from Centre Devils, Chris Wheeler, that the Glazers are looking to buy a new club, and it's not a football club. It's a rugby franchise league club, R360. And they are looking to get involved and invest some money into that club and try to buy one of those franchise clubs. So I don't know. The Glazers have money to spend, but no money to spend on Man United. So there's nothing new when it comes to this. They are the leeches.
Stu, have you heard much about this league that they're creating?
No,
it's something new.
I don't know much about rugby. To be honest,
so while the show's been going on, I've been researching a couple of articles, so I heard a few things about it. So it's a new multi-million. It's basically turning rugby to the professional sport it should be, with the kind of salaries they should have. So multi-million pound salaries, turning it to the European version of the NFL.
Yeah.
So FFG are looking to buy, as well as the Glazers, in the new R360 league.
Okay. Right.
But the salaries, they're offering multi-dollar. Well, it's all in dollars because it's an American report, putting it all out there. Multi-million-dollar salaries, and hopes to create a generational change in rugby, which rugby's been calling out for years. I'm more of a Super League fan than I am a rugby league fan, but it makes sense. You won't have to put that much in to get a club, but you could make a lot from the TV revenue money. Sky, and if they're trying to make this international, You could go Australia and everything. This imagine the Super League of rugby.
But these guys.
This is the R360. That's a new Super League.
The thing about
Rugby 360.
The thing about the Glazers and FFG and whoever else wants to buy a club is they haven't got a clue what a Northern Rugby player is like. They don't understand his personality. They don't understand the club. You can't
imagine banning drinking.
I know you can't take the roots out of rugby. They won't allow it.
But these players do need to be earning a lot more money.
They need to be earning more than what they're doing, but they won't allow it. If you look at Sinfield, the legendary man of steel, he'd laugh at that, absolutely laugh at it. Rob Burrow, who's sadly passed away, didn't he, with severe Parkinson's just recently. Guys who, I mean, these guys, rugby league, they're coming away with brain damage. Could hardly walk.
Barely get minimum wage. Some of the lower level players.
Their spines are broke. It's a tough fucking game, rugby league. And just because you've got billions to spend at it, it's what type of billions you're going to get?
Not even billions. So it's been backed by Mike Tyndall, as well as other people. 8 teams at the moment at 15 million each.
It's an IPL, isn't it? It's like an IPL, isn't it?
It's exactly like an IPL, and then the wages will be around $1 million, which is about 740,000 per player per season. So you're almost wage capped, or everyone's getting the same salary because they haven't created superstars yet. So everyone comes in the same money. So 15 million for a club, and then you're paying 30 to 35 players, so another 30 million. It's one transfer. It's one transfer for any footballing club, for wants to back this. I can see Chelsea going in. I can see, like you say, FSG, Glazers. They've been looking to get into more sports. They wanted to buy a cricket team, don't forget, during the World Cup.
They did. But don't forget as well,
money in these TV deals.
These guys, they're going to have to renovate the stadiums because the stadiums won't be able to take it. Some of the stadiums, Jarvis, will hold 5,000 people and they're rickety. We played a mighty Tipton Town play at Worcester Warriors pitch, where Worcester Warriors used to play, and that stadium's only 12,000, and that's a state-of-the-art stadium for rugby.
Remember, rugby's going bankrupt.
Yeah, I know it is.
You should probably seen a lot of stories that haven't even been published about rugby clubs and things like that, and the money they don't have, but they've got wages to pay.
They definitely need money. You go to Gloucester, for example, and you're seeing a dilapidated stadium, but the fans, they drink, they interact. It's nothing like football. It really isn't.
I'm telling you now, they're going. We're by a rugby team. They play out of Old Trafford.
Well, again,
stupid. These are some of the smartest men in business. Let's be honest.
That would be a problem for us, obviously, but
it's going back to the 80s and 90s where we did
share. Unless they do that new stadium because you can play rugby on artificial turf. Don't forget.
You can, but I wouldn't. But yeah, I can really see this happening. It's not a lot of money to get it started, and I reckon the TV revenue pays for it. Everyone gets their money back and some from the TV.
Oh, no, they make money. Yeah,
Sky. You won't see any of it go back into United or Liverpool or Chelsea.
No, Sky have got to replace something, haven't they? Because they've lost boxing, they've lost NFL. I think they're losing stuff all the time, aren't they, Sky? So they've got to replace it with something, I guess.
Yeah, DAZN's taking everything.
DAZN is, it is, yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? But there you go.
Yeah, well, this is how the Glazers work. They try to scam everybody and try to make money out of the sporting world and the love of the games from the fans. This is how they just leech in and suck out all the money. They don't even care about the sports. So this is just how it works. Not the biggest fan of Glazers, I have to say. This channel is not. We are Glazers out 100%, and I could see it right away when we mentioned the Glazers, the passion from the Devilish Tacticos with the Glazers out, Sir Jim Rat out, and all the other owners out. So big up, guys. Big up, guys. This channel will always fight for getting new ownership in. I wanna talk about one last subject before we go to a quick Q&A, and this is actually a question for the Devilish Tacticos, the panel, and all of you viewers. This is from Rosmano and Fabrizio Romano, Transfers MUFC, that say Manchester United could make 2 or maybe 3 more signings before the end of the window. It's an open-ended question, who will it be? Could we sign 3 players? What positions are we looking at? And what potential players are we looking at?
I think I said them earlier. For me, I think it's your right back, your goalkeeper, and your midfielder, personally. But, that statement, I could win the lottery.
Yes.
But yeah, I think for me, that 4 positions, and you could pick 3 that we sign if they're available still. The longer you delay, the less chance you got of signing anyone, because they sign contracts. It's too late to move. Yeah, but I think right back for me would be my signing.
Okay.
And I only have one in mind, and that's Denzel Dumfries. But I've not, just because I know it's 28 million to get him out. People say he's not great going forward, not great defensively, but who we got? Dalot in Aussie. So, but he's better, 10 times, 100 times better than Dalot going forwards. Scores goals and creates goals. Then there's the 2 midfielders. Like it was for me, it was only Ederson, but now with the Sporting guy, Hjulman.
Hjulman, yeah. Hjulman. Morten Hjulman, yeah.
I will get it. There's him, and then for me, it's a toss of a coin between young or old for the goalkeeper.
Lammens.
Lammens or Martinez. I think there still will be a way to get Martinez out. I just think Villa have still got to get rid of players for FFP, haven't they? So, but they've got a year to do it. That's the other thing that people seem to forget. They've got a year to get rid of. So you can still get rid of people in January and drag it out.
Okay. J United says Jarvis Paul Heyman said we will sell some players and sign no replacements for them. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Okay. Yeah, maybe we need to slim down the squad a little bit, but I think still we need more signings. We need players out. That's where I am at this moment. But big up Jay. Dave 147 comes in and say goalkeeper, midfielder, and a stopgap striker. That's how we see the 3 signings. Who else? Fred the Red comes in and says Sesko, Lemons, and a central defensive midfielder.
I'd like to know what
Stu, where are you? Yeah, Mark.
I'm kind of I think it's a bit of a long shot, to be honest. I don't think we get a midfielder in. I think we get a goalkeeper, and I think it will be Martinez. I think he'll come through the door eventually. I think we'll get a striker, but I'm a little bit lost on who that's likely to be. Yeah, for me, definitely Martinez. I don't think we get midfield. I think it's
Donnarumma.
No.
I'll get my card out now. Which card do you want? Start signing.
We need some Italian swag, Some
we definitely do that. But no, his contract at PSG would just be
Versace,
and he'll go directly out to Saudi Arabia. That's where he'll take the money now. Donnarumma will. Not that he's needed it anyway. He was playing first team football at 17. Remember. A little bit like Iker Casillas at Real Madrid all those years ago. Played at 17, 18, didn't he, for Real Madrid, and became an absolute legend. I can't see us getting a midfielder. I think we need one, but I can't see us doing it. So I think we'll get a striker. I still think it'd be Watkins comes in rather than Sesko. But I think 100% we get Martinez.
Okay. You're set on Martinez.
I'm set on Martinez. That's a great signing anyway for me.
Yeah, I agree for a goalkeeper. It makes sense. I'd take both for the Courtois, Junior Courtois, or whatever it's, little Courtois. in Lemons. I like the prospect, but
if you could get him and he's happy to play second fiddle, then fine. But you can't play him second fiddle to Onana. That's the issue.
Who are you playing in goal between the two of you? I haven't had a chance to ask you right now for the Arsenal game. You play who's starting?
For me, Martinez.
No, we haven't signed the goalkeeper.
No, Onana starts. Yeah,
Onana's still going to be out injured for the Arsenal game.
Well, he reckons he's back. They reckon he's trying to get back. So if it's not him, if
he's not playing in Burmo because he's not fit currently, he's not going to put him straight back in.
It's well, we might have no choice because I wouldn't play Burn, do you?
Okay. Well, what about Heaton?
No, I don't think he'd get in Heaton. He could, but it depends. I mean, if Heaton plays Wednesday, see how he plays, see how good he is. But he hasn't played.
Great goalkeeper.
He's a brilliant keeper. Yeah,
and he did retire, and it's really embarrassing. Yes. We have to bring him out of retirement because we haven't signed someone.
We've moved Vitek on. Don't forget to Bristol today. So it could well be. Yeah, I think it'll be an honour actually. But I think his recovery will be sped up, and it'll be an honour. Unfortunately, it's not Martinez.
Spread the red. No, Vitek signed for Bristol today.
He has indeed.
So,
yes, there was,
and me.
Yes.
There is an update from our old friends at All for United coming in and say official Man United have confirmed that goalkeeper Radek Vitek has signed a new contract at the club until 2028. And he will also spend the next season on loan in the Championship with Bristol City. So, really that's good news.
Good move for him. Really good move.
Bristol City is a good club to be in. And actually, Bristol City, Bristol Rovers, that's quite a story.
It is. Hell of a story.
Jump over the bridge into Wales.
Yeah, basically, it's a funny one. But County, the biggest story is Forest, Notts County, and what is it, Trent Bridge?
Yeah.
They're all literally in a stone's throw from each other. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how close they are.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
I like fun facts like that. Before we go to the Q&A, I just want my take when it comes to the three signings. Definitely getting a goalkeeper. I hope that we sign Sene Lammens because I think he's good enough and I think he will put Onana on the bench when giving the chance. Maybe we will start with Onana, but Sene Lammens will come in and impress the rest of the team. And, being the goalkeeper up against Højlund and the other Dross players, I think it will be an easy match for a goalkeeper to impress the gaffer. When it comes to the other signings, I really like this guy from Fenerbahce. What's his name again? Sarah.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people think we need a DM, defensive midfielder, but I think thinking as Amorim is set on Casemiro, and I think also he feels that Mainoo can play that role, and they have Ugarte. So we have three players who can fill that role. But when it comes to the number 8 position, we are a little bit weaker. So I think we will sign someone who will come in the number 8 position, move Mainoo a little bit further behind in certain games when you need a DM to drop down and turn with the ball, who's press resistive. So signing Sarah will be a brilliant signing. So I hope that we will go for something like that, a number 8. And the third one will be the striker. I don't think we will sign a left wing back or a right wing back or a center defensive midfielder or anything else. It will be the striker. But as someone mentioned in the chat, there will be a stopgap signing because of this. There are no good choices at the moment. And I think it will be Watkins just because we signed Premier League proven players. That's how I feel.
Yeah. No. All good answers. I mean, the interesting thing is we just don't know, do we?
We don't know. We don't know. This is just.
Jamie says we've got to wait till probably Monday when the squad's back in the UK and the Barada's back and Wilcox, and I think it'll start to kick off again once this tour's done.
Yeah, no, they said something about that the other day, didn't they? Or was it today or was it yesterday? Someone said we're not going to sign any players while on tour.
Yeah. So
are we unable now to do deals?
We everyone else can. We just seem to not be able to. Don't forget, Liverpool are in. Is it Hong Kong or somewhere like that? And they did the deal with Bayern while they were out there. So anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I just want to get back to NAS M87 when it comes to this. Ugarte had a hard time adjusting to the Premier League. We think some midfielders from Turkey will adjust to the Prem. Well, he will actually, because he played for Norwich. He played in the Championship. He knows how to play in the British setup. So I feel that he could be a guy who will come in and immediately impacts how Man United play. And he's good on the ball. He's 2-footed. What I don't know is how we will take the tempo of the Premier League. But he looks really good. He looks like a baller, and I think we need more ballers. And when I say ballers, I mean people who actually know how to handle the ball under pressure. We saw in the game when Cunha was on the ball, when Mainoo was on the ball, we had actually ballers who could hold on to the ball. You know, that's not panic, not hot potato time, not getting into just kick and run. You know, I want players who are able to hold up the ball and do something with it. So
that's really interesting, Jarvis. You say that actually, because Amorim said he wants more tempo in our midfield. He wants to, and that's what he's saying about Kobe Mainoo. He needs to up his tempo. So Mainoo, I thought, looked really good on the ball. He's got the feet, he can move, but he's too slow at moving the ball. From Amorim's words, he wants more tempo. So that's it. We are so slow at moving the ball across the ground. Stu goes on about it, I swear, nearly every week on the breakdown.
I know. I can't help it.
It's a 1-touch or a 2-touch pass. We've taken 5. You know, but Amorim's calling it out. I need faster tempo.
Yeah, but it's so interesting that you say that, Mark, and I don't agree, because I thought Mainoo was the best player on the pitch against West Ham. And just because he takes his time on the ball, because he gives the other players opportunities to get into the right spaces. I think we have played now for 2 or 3 seasons. We play too quick. We don't have the right tempo of play. We don't have the right rhythm, as I like to call it. Because when you remember back into the Ten Hag days, it was always about bombing on, tempo, but we never took the time to take the ball and bring it. So we never attacked as a unit, and we never defended as a unit. It was always breaks, big open gaps, both ways. And I don't like that kind of football. I think it's too risky. I want to control games.
The English language, actually, Stu. I'd like your take on this, because when we play football right now, when I coach or when you're playing, the word tempo can be used totally different. It could be just say, dictate the tempo of the game. Doesn't mean you want to play it fast, but it normally means it's a bounce pass, get it back, don't let the other team through it, you know, and then dictate. 1, 2, 3, we're in. Do you know what I mean? It's about ticking, and then you go. Or is it, Jarvis, how you just put it across, almost like play faster?
You're actually both right.
It's a very open word to use.
But you're actually
I think
both
about
right.
rhythm. That's actually the word I'm looking for. Rhythm.
You're actually both right. And here's the funny thing. Jarvis is right from last season, playing speed. You're also right, Mark, and Jarvis, if you think back to West Ham, move it to Cunha quickly. We were both talking about that. Mark, you picked up on that straight away. Move it to Cunha quickly. I think you're both right. And everybody's thinking, how can you both be right? Well, Mark's right in his analysis of the word tempo. Jarvis is right. There are parts in the game when you want to slow it down, where you want to put the foot on the ball, be a bit more methodical with your passing in your brain. Mark's also right. So you, Jarvis, when you picked up and said, fuck, if we'd moved it into Cunha quickly, we could have moved it into Rasmus, moved it into Ugarte, moved it, you know, that type of thing. And you're both absolutely right. Here's the key element for me, though, out of all of that. Cunha and Mbumo are going to make us play quicker at most periods of the game, longer periods of the game, but we were more controlled with it. And it makes zero sense, that, and I know it makes zero sense, because as I'm talking about it, it makes zero sense. But all three of us, when we're on that pitch, and every one of the devilish tacticos will tell you, when you're on that pitch, you understand tempo. You understand if If Jarvis is looking at it and he's wide open on a 10, I'm going to whip it across to him if I can. If he's wide open, but I can see Mark in a better place, I'm going to hit Mark. But I might be a bit slower by hitting him because I'm looking around to see what's happening. Jarvis is going nuts until the ball drops at Mark's feet, and then perhaps we go in and score. It's a really interesting tempo. It's a great debate. It's something maybe we should talk about, the three of us, when we do a breakdown, a match breakdown. We can demonstrate both your points, because both your points are 100%. You can't argue with either of them. You really can't. It's one of those where you're both right. It's nuts, and you can't even add an extra area. It really will about. So when we're doing a match breakdown and we're talking about tempo, you'll both be able to demonstrate exactly what you just spoke about.
Yeah,
which I like.
It was a really weird. I totally understand what Jarvis was saying. I thought Mainoo was superb, but then it almost came across like he's being criticised, and you're like, hang on, you guys couldn't have done what he done if it wasn't for Mainoo alongside him, right? Because that's how midfield works. We all know that. If you think one midfielder's having a baller of a game, it's because the other one's covering him and enabling him to have that space, right?
Right.
So to then say, oh, we need more tempo, it's like, so you're saying more speed? I think we need more speed up and down, our eights, yeah? So is that his use of tempo? A lot of his press conferences are being open to interpretation of when it's not someone's first language and the word being used.
Let me add a tiny caveat to that. Something me and Jarvis mentioned last night. I don't know if you saw, when we were doing a match breakdown, we noticed on 4 occasions Bruno electing not to pass to an available Collyer.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And he could have, and Collyer could have passed it. Me and Jarvis both picked up on that as well. So I agree with both of you. I thought Mainoo was superb. I thought his use of the ball was excellent. He made a couple of errors, but that's fine. Him and Agate seemed to have a lovely position. We picked them apart once and once only, and that's for the goal, the Bowen goal, where Agate was at position completely, which he wasn't throughout most of the game. But there was always a nice 5 to 10 yards difference. They were always apart, nice to 5 to 10 yards. But Mainoo, I think, will become more explosive because there will be demands of Collyer and Mbeumo. And I go back to Jarvis, what I was talking about you demanding the ball. Stu, get it to me quicker. Get it to me quicker.
Yeah.
But that's all you're talking about. You're not talking about, making it playing all the time. You're talking about, I need it quicker there because I had 10 yards or I had 5 yards. I need it into feet.
What you're saying there is what I was saying about, if you go back and you watch that, if anyone gets a chance to watch the first half again, extended highlights or whatever, watch Rasmus demanding that ball quicker. There's a few players on that pitch who want that ball quicker.
Yeah, Jarvis.
So obviously working on it, and it isn't happening. But we need it to happen. And that's how you go. Because as you dwell on the ball, what happens? Doesn't matter what position you're in. If you dwell on the ball.
I was just reading that. Yeah, no, I was just reading
that. But if you take on your guy and you win, if you actually take on the guy you are facing and you beat him, then you are creating a terrible situation for the opposition because everything is set. So I think football is all about taking on your man and win that situation. You need to win your own duel and do something with it. This is why I love a player like Kobbie Mainoo. He's not afraid to receive the ball and take on his guy in the midfield. Actually making it a little bit difficult for him. Maybe should have, as we saw in this other situation with the Ugarte thing, maybe should have just picked Collyer right away. But it's not how football works. If football was just like tick-tock, tick-tock, it wouldn't be like this. We've never seen a Zidane, for example. He was never quick on the ball. He took his time, but he had the courage and he took on his guy. And I think we should encourage players like this. So I'm not agreeing with Amorim when he says Mainoo is not doing a good enough job at the moment.
No.
Have you noticed he cycled it way too much as well, round the back, Amorim in his formation?
Yeah, Devil's Tacticos, let us know. Let us know what you think about that. Get in the comments. Give us your opinions on our menu and speed of play. That would be brilliant. Guys, we are over 2 hours. We've broken a bit of a golden rule tonight, so we'll get onto the Q&A now. But it's been a brilliant. I hope you've really enjoyed it, guys. Me and Jarvis were talking after the show on Sunday. We were in this debate and we're all doing a match analysis and we're trying to get you more and more involved. So let us know what you think about KB Mainoo. If you think we're wrong, let us know. We'd love to know what you think. Now, Jarvis and Nuruddin, I think, are going to do the breakdown on, or Jarvis and Friend, they'll be doing the breakdown on Thursday. I'll be back to do the breakdown with Mark and Jarvis on Monday about Everton games. So have a think about Mainoo. See what you guys notice on Wednesday if Mainoo starts, and then we'd love to get you involved with things like nature. And Jarvis, my old mate.
Yes. Let's play the Q&A. Well, where there is.
You've just got to love and dance to that beat, haven't you? That's Jarvis at his best. He's on the DJ decks doing that, my man. What Jarvis is going to do? We're going to call it the Jarvis rap. So he's going to come and he's going to spit some. What's it called? Spit some words. What? Let me phone Jake. He'll tell me
some lyrics.
Spit something. It spits. I'll have to ask me lad. He's just got a set of DJ decks, by the way, guys. Oh God. Anyway. Guys, there's tons of you watching, 306. Please like and subscribe. If you're on X, please come across to the channel. We can't do this without you, on my mate. He doesn't like it when I say it, but credit where credit's due. He puts a lot of hard work in. He's a busy man. He's a family man, but he always makes time to make sure we've got a show to bring you. And as I say, Mr. Langridge just swans on, like he owns the show, but he's been a great addition on a Monday. We're going to have to start paying.
Love Mark.
We've got some mojos, Mark. We'll send them out to you. One mojo a show, which is big money, that is.
Guys, take an inch. Give you an inch, I'll take a mile.
Take a mile, that's the one. Loads of questions coming in. Absolutely tons of questions. Some good questions, as always. But we've done this one already. I'm entertaining. I know you're not on the stream at the moment. Mark did answer that, and he said bottled water. But how can you say Voss is overrated? And no, I'm not a part-time drag queen. I am nowhere near good looking enough to be any kind of drag or anything. Mace has come in, Jarvis. Very quick one for you. I hope you're still watching, Mace, and I believe that's a new name to the channel.
Mace Windex.
Yeah, thank you so much. How much did we sign Rasmus for? I can't quite remember. Someone tells me
was it 72 million something? Was it euros, pounds?
Yeah, it was euros, and it was some weird add-ons. So it's about 70, somewhere between 70 and 75 million.
I couldn't remember.
72 something.
Yeah, something like that. Was it too much money?
Yes, it was too much money. Should never have paid 72 million for Rasmus. No.
Yes. Atalanta, as if it was Ed Woodward, they still got Ed Woodward bent over smiling. But it wasn't Ed Woodward, it was Matt Hargreaves, whoever it was. They've got he's in the office. Yeah. Great question. Catherine, no nonsense McDade. Love Catherine's questions. Mark, do you think Amorim will last the season if he doesn't finish in the top half this year, lads? It's a question for us all, so we'll quickly go around the panel.
It's not in the top half by Christmas. Is that what that's trying to say?
This year, she says. So I think she's talking about this
season. If he doesn't finish, will he get sacked at the end of the season?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think we'll be in the top 10. So. Yeah, I can't see us being bottom.
I think we'll finish on 66 points, which I've already said. Mark Langridge is 58. Oh, no, you said 69. Sorry. 69. Yes. Jarvis, 55, and he's not moving from 55.
No.
And I think Nuruddin said 58, Jarvis?
Yeah. But I'm a pessimist when it comes to this. So 55 points, I stand with 55 points.
But to your credit, you said that Amorim would survive come what may, didn't you? To your credit.
Well, I'm not sure if he will survive. But answering this question, I don't think we have to be in the top half for him to survive, but it depends. Depends on so many parameters. How many goals we score, if we play good football, if the crowd is excited. For me, I think I don't want to see a lot of defending with the back five and creating 2 shots a game. That's not good enough. We need to play expansive. The crowd need to be cheering. And there is a way to lose. So
yes,
as Nordin always say, there is a way to lose.
It's easier to lose a game of football than it is to win a game of football. I totally agree, 100%. I don't think he gets the boot. Catherine, no nonsense, McDade. I think we did quite well this season. I think we'll surprise a lot of the fan base. Just my personal opinion. 66 points. You've heard it here first. Trev, we've got a question. Mark, Trev's got a question for you, but we'll ask you a bit later. But he has come up with another question. Jarvis, we'll start with you on this one. Have you ever had a negative experience with a celebrity?
Yeah.
No, not that I can recollect at the moment. I plead the fifth.
He's pleading the fifth. Mr. Langridge?
I'm just going to say yes, and the saying "never meet your idols" is 100% true.
Yes, I'm going to say no. But I will go on record as saying the whole concept of celebrity is a nonsense. Shouldn't be allowed in modern day society. Nobody's better than anybody else in this world, and it doesn't matter who they are. We're all the same, flesh, blood. We cry the same, we laugh the same. Whether you're on TV playing football isn't irrelevant. We are all human beings, and I've never had a bad experience because I'm with a celebrity every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. My big old mate. To my right, as I look at him now.
No.
Yeah, and he's the only one I would call a celebrity. Mark's getting there slowly, but he's not quite there yet. He's not made it yet.
I'm okay with that.
Good lad. Dave, a great question, Trevor. Actually, I really like that. Dave, Mark, this one's for you. Anyone to replace Dalot at right wing back, Ahmad, Dorgu, or another?
If we're buying someone in, I've already said Denzel Dumfries would be my choice. I think Dorgu on the right and Leon on the left looks like a really interesting option. I would like to have seen, say, in the Europa League matches where we could have tried that out. So maybe Carlsberg Cup or something like that. I think that could work. Dorgu was playing right wing back or right wing when we signed him.
He was.
So he's not uncommon to that position. Ahmad, I'm really worried about Ahmad this season. I just can't see how we're going to get the best out of him currently. That's my fear. Just because of the signings, unless we do push one of them up and he gets a chance in the 10. But if I was going to put anyone in the 10 and push one of the new signings up, that's going to be Bruno. So that's a big discussion, I think, maybe after these 3 friendlies. But Dalot out and anyone else to play right wing back from Dalot.
Something me and Jarvis spoke about, Ahmad. Jarvis, do you want to mention Mbeumo or?
Yeah, well, when it comes to the right wing back, it depends, because I think the balance of the team. When you looked at Dorgu the other day, he likes to bomb on all the time, high up the pitch. But we can't play Dorgu and Dalot at the same time because they both will do the same movement, and it will expose us. So we need either Dalot or Ugarte. Dorgu. So I think this is both a strength and a weakness with our team because we have limited players who can't do a role as the manager. They only play the way they do. So for me, I would replace Dalot as soon as possible. And for me, I think it's Ahmad who's the chosen one. But as you mentioned, Stu, Mbeumo can do the role.
Yeah. Great question, Trev. Thank you, lads, for answering that one. Mark, you've got another conspiracy question. We'll do that towards the end. Very quick question. Well, I know what we're all going to pick.
Let's go.
Yeah, Mark.
Rasmus.
I am going neither. Oh no, I can do that. Can't I?
No.
You can't do that. It's a question, Stu. One or other.
I'm really struggling with that one.
Say it.
Sesko. There you go. I said it. I'm really struggling with that one. I'd have gone with 0.
Clip him up. He said, Sesko.
This is a really difficult question. It's not an easy one to answer because we've all had experience of club football. Jarvis, Mark, and myself, we've all had experience of club football. I don't think it was luck. It wasn't luck in my issue. It was me being a bit of a dick, enjoying girls and beer. If I'd maybe been a lot more focused, who knows?
Same
Jarvis? Yeah, there you go.
Same with me. I didn't have the discipline to become a professional footballer. I would never have become a professional footballer. Yeah. I was actually good in spells, but
same here.
Couldn't do it all the time, and this was my problem. But I realized it at an older age, but then it was too late. So it's hard, it's tough when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 to put everything on the line and just sacrifice, as you said, girls, beer, the social life. It's a tough call, especially when you're not the chosen one. Everybody pushes you ahead, so you have to do it all by yourself. So yeah.
And I think it's worth mentioning, and Mark will probably back me up on this as well. It's back in our day, there was just nothing that could really. It wouldn't really entice you from a financial position either. You were earning pittance, absolute pittance. Nowadays, Step 6 will pay you potentially £100 a game and £50 a goal. That's where Step 6 is at the moment. You won't get anywhere near like that. You might be lucky if you got 20 quid a game and 10 quid to sit on the bench plus expenses back in the semi-pro leagues. So just one of those. I wasn't disciplined. Mark, I know you've got a similar.
I don't tend to talk about my chances.
You don't want you to.
No, just purely because I made a decision. I would have loved it to be someone else's decision, but I had my my oldest daughter at 21. I was at a friendly against Brighton. I was dropped before that game, just straight out, bags in the changing room. The chances were there, and I went, this isn't for me. I've got a kid. I've got to do what's best for my children. And that was at the age of 21. My mates go on to me all the time. You're better than him. You're better than him. You could have done this. But my kids came first, even at the age of 21. Yeah. So it's not something I tend to talk about.
Nope.
But now I use my experiences to make sure these 18-year-olds don't go out and make the same mistakes I did. My daughter wasn't a mistake. So don't get me wrong on that. It was all planned, but it was, I don't tend to go there. I had opportunities. I even had a YTS offered to me and found out I'm 21. You can't give it to me. You got to give me a pro contract straight away. Portsmouth went, we're not doing that. So it's a horrible. There's that 1% is not even close to the actual people that make it.
Yeah, everybody's got experiences of it, and it's not easy. But I've had a great career at football. I'm still kicking and screaming.
Mate, play with my friends. That's what it's about.
I'm really happy. I never thought I'd be playing at 55 at a decent level. Still, I am. So I should. I'm quite happy with it.
I just want to add, Stu, when it comes to this, when you are at a young age, when you are 16, 17, and you are a talented footballer, my experience is the ones who make it are the ones who have a family parents around them and support in this. I would say it's an age where you are very vulnerable. For there's a lot of influences in all directions. So my experience is the ones who makes it are the ones who have the most eager family, the most eager setup around them, the entourage, the people who helps them out. So
yeah,
it's not a fair game always, but it is what it is, and yeah.
Family stability is really key. Just to add to that, and just to finish this segment off, you would take your kids to football, and Mark and Jarvis will see it. Jarvis is going through that phase at the moment. Mark's a little bit ahead. I've kind of come back down to coach younger children, and you see the parents, and the parents don't do young footballers any favours whatsoever at the moment. And
you've got to that comment, because I think that's the best you can do.
Yeah, you've got to ground the parents as well, by the way, today, and that's not always the right thing to do. Great question, Trev. Love it. Thanks ever so much for that. I'm on the past the Mankini shop and said, no, it's just not my colour. Yeah, there was a black and white marble Mankini, which I did try on, Trev, and it just didn't look it. My skin was, it didn't
made you look pale.
It made me look pale. I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah.
So, I have asked him if he can get me a pink marble one in, so we'll have a go at that, see whether we like that or not. Great question, Trev, as always. Let me just before we rise. Yeah, well, I can answer that. I'm quite happy to go first on this one, guys, unless Mark or you want to.
I think ours is probably the same answer. Mine's my ACL. So, but it's a team tackle, snapped it, ruptured it, 97% tear, calf muscle hanging out the back. There's a leg split open. Horrendous. It's what really ended me playing. I never came back from it, really, because unless you're a pro, these are not injuries people tend to come back from.
I got really lucky. I've been really lucky in my career. I've had two what I would call nasty injuries. My first was my quad. I've never felt pain like it. I really haven't. I've never felt pain like tearing my quad. It was excruciating. That's all I could say. I got lucky. My fibers connected back together, so I didn't have a dip in my leg. I didn't have a little hole, a little dip, because sometimes your fibers curl up and they go like that, so you get a bit of a dip in your thigh. I didn't. I was out for 6 months, and it's still now doesn't feel right. Even when I'm running, I'm kicking the ball, I can feel it, and it doesn't feel right. My other one, which is really weird, I broke my arm quite bad. I had a compound fracture in my arm, and I was in hospital for 3 days. But I was playing on. I didn't realise I'd got taken out, and I went down as you do like that. I got back up and I carried on, and the ref said, "Is your arm all right?" And I said, "Why?" Because it was purple from there down. And I looked at it, and I got a compound fracture. I would love to show you the scar. I probably can't. You probably can't see it. I got a scar all the way down there, and I've got a metal bar in it. And I was in hospital for 4 days on oxygen and all sorts of stuff. And that was the only 2 real bad injuries I've had. So, Jarvis?
Well, I played the game for so many years. It's been ankles, strains, ligaments, broken toes a lot of times. But you just play on. You just
my injury. You might want to have a look at that.
You just tape it up and just go on with the game. But as you mentioned, Stu, your arm, and I once broke my collarbone. And is it collarbone? Is called the one?
Yeah, collarbone. Yeah.
That was actually the worst injury, because I felt okay. Like after 3 weeks, I went back into the game, but I couldn't play because every time you moved your body, it was terrible. So that kept me out of football for a long time. But and also when it comes to football, I was never really. I had a couple of concussions, like bad ones, and I'm not the tallest guy, so a lot of time in midfield, combative. You're up against the ball and someone comes behind you like, boom.
Oh Yeah.
You know,
and I've had that a few times.
And you just keep playing, but after the game, you ask the coach, what was the score? You know, you can't remember anything from the game. So back in the days, they weren't very worried about concussions, but I would say people don't play on if you have a concussion. You can actually die, you know. It's not good for you.
100% agree. I passed out walking down the road afterwards. Split my head open here, went out for a header. Stu would love it. Wasn't going to win the header, so I headbutted the guy in the back of the head. Split my head open, bit of Vaseline, you know, our cap play on, scored the winner with a header. I think the keeper's looking at me like, I ain't touching that. Walking up on a night out, no, my legs just went to jelly. About 2, 3, 4 hours later, I just went to jelly and it was concussion. So Jarvis, wholeheartedly, you're so right. It's
delayed concussion. Yeah. No, it's terrible. I broke ribs as well, by the way, but that's just a piece easy injury. You can get over those, no fucking problem. Just tape them up. So those are our worst injuries. I have seen a picture of Mark's injury, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and you do not want to see it, is all I'm saying to you.
I think we get taken down if you put that up.
We wouldn't get our $2.
Jarvis, and let him have a look. But
yeah, we wouldn't get our $2. I'll send it to Jarvis. Yeah. Trev, I hope that answers your question, pal. Mark, quick question for you here. With the drag-along clause coming in during in August, do you think the Glazers will oversell Man United? I think it's a very simple answer to that one, Mark.
You don't. Why would you do something you don't have to do? Simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Great question, though, Fred. Really good question. Yeah. Right, bath time. If you're still watching, pal, I hope you are, because we are fast approaching 11:45. When you look at the rises of Liverpool and Newcastle and the prioritisation of physical midfielders before Galactico forwards, do you think that represents a better route to getting us back? I do. I think it's a great question, and it's a really intelligent question. I don't mean to be disrespectful when I say intelligent, because it is. And Newcastle's a great example. And Liverpool actually followed Newcastle because Newcastle brought in Tonali and Guimaraes. Yeah, and they made Joe Linton into a, we can all agree, a brilliant midfielder. A useless centre forward, but a brilliant midfielder.
They got lucky there.
They got lucky, but they did. And then Liverpool followed suit. McAllister, and they really turned Gapco into the, sorry, not Gapco, Grafenbach into this real solid midfielder, and brought in Szoboszlai. So they almost carbon copied to what Newcastle would do.
Now
it's a great question. If we could replicate that, absolutely. But we wouldn't be replicating the Scousers, it would be Newcastle. So I can kind of swallow that a bit better.
I think we're all old enough to say that that's where the saying build from the back comes from. If you stop conceding the goals, you build your midfield up, you retain the ball higher up the pitch, then you create more chances, and you've got more chance of scoring goals or bringing in someone who will. And 100%. That's what I've been trying to say. Like, I'm not worried about a striker right now. I'm worried about a midfielder and a wing back, and I see my wing backs as midfielders. So,
Jarvis, do you agree with bath time?
I agree, and even Liverpool, when you think of Henderson and Milner and Wijnaldum, I think that was also a physical midfield. So
great.
Arsenal,
great question.
When they brought in Vieira and everyone like that, that was what that was.
Great question. Quick one for me from Catherine. No nonsense, my dad. Have I seen the new Fantastic Four movie yet? I haven't, but I did send a quick email to The Thing and said, if you ever come to Telford, I'll show you what it is to break rock. He come back and said, please don't hurt me, Stu. I said, well, we'll see. I haven't, but I'm told it is very good. Very, very, very good, I am told. So I would like to go and see it. I'm not hugely into comic books or anything like that, but I would like to see that, I must admit. So thank you for that question. Trev, I love this. Very quickly, I love these types of questions. Jarvis, when you were a child, did you collect, was it football stickers, coins, stamps? And for me, it was a Mancini collection. And not
Panini.
I was Panini as well. I'm glad you said that because I was Panini. Mark, I presume you were the same.
100%. I'm trying to think if I collect anything, and I'm like, is that collecting or is that just being a young boy in like the 80s/90s? It's yeah.
Do you remember opening up the pack? I've got a shiny. Who is it? Jarvis's face.
I remember the pack when they weren't even shinies.
Yes, when Jarvis had Maradona and he came in and he's telling his mates,
"Look at the hair."
What about every morning going into school before you do anything? Right, let me get me swaps out. You got his. Do you remember swapping?
Yes.
Oh yeah, when you had a stack like that.
I've already got Bruce, or whoever. I got him 50 times. I don't want him. I don't need him. And
I was buzzing for Mark Hughes. Yeah.
Oh, Mark Hughes. Panini for me as well. I love it.
Yeah.
Brings back a lot of memories. That does just straight away. And my lads did it with the latest. They're not stickers anymore, are they?
They're like cards.
My lad, and he said, "Dad, why are you more interested in this than me?" I said, "Because it's what we used to do. We didn't have computer games then. You didn't." My son calls it packing or something. I'm not quite sure what packing is on.
Carrying a gun.
On FC 25 or whatever. It's you've packed so and so. Really, what does that mean? Well, I've got the sticker, Dad. Well, yeah, but what does pack mean? Anyway, I thought it was shoot and match attacks. Yeah, match attacks.
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, match attacks.
Match attacks now, but shoot and match were magazines for us.
Yeah.
I introduced Philip into the match attack, and we have like 2 full albums now. It's always me like, let's go buy another package. We need to.
You better tell Philip though, he's missing 3 legends. He's missing 3 legends. So what we should do, we'll send Philip a selfie, and then you can just print them out, and then we can put us in his match attacks. 3 legends that nobody else will ever have. I used to love it. Great question, Trev. I do like those kinds of nostalgia questions. I like it when Jarvis has a smile because it brings a smile to.
Can I just say we're 10 minutes away from me turning 44, so.
Happy birthday! We'll stay
about age.
We'll stay on stream. We've only got 10 minutes. Jay, if you're still watching, Jay says we saw last season Maguire up front with 5 minutes of coming on. He had 2 goal threats, much more than Højlund did all game. Would you try him up front if we don't get a new striker? Jarvis.
No, I already answered this on an earlier show. I want to hear Mark's take on this, because for me, I just want a quick answer. No, you can't play as a striker because there will be no threat behind. Behind. You don't have the pace. That's the biggest issue. But he's a goal threat. Yes, I agree with that.
Of course,
last 10 minutes.
That's why we put him up for corners, right? At the end of the day, you put a striker up front to cause chaos because no one knows what the hell he's going to do. He doesn't know what he's going to do. So, and people forget he was an attacking midfielder when he was younger. So he's used to getting in the box.
So old Slabby is a legend.
Can you imagine rocking up to Liverpool, Man City, and United aren't playing? Oh, Bruno's playing full time. No, hang on, we've got it wrong. Maguire's playing up front.
That'd be great if you turned up. I wouldn't either, but I do like the romance of Big Harry up there scoring the winner against City.
Days are gone. We had Dion Dublin, wasn't it? He was the most famous one I remember as a kid growing up. He was very much, and I used to get this done to me. You start up front, you score a goal. Right, 10 minutes left. We need to consolidate it. Can't bring on a sub. So you drop the striker back to play centre back because he's good in the air and he's strong.
The £1 million man, Dion Dublin from Cambridge United, broke his leg, didn't he? First game or second game, something like that. What a shame. Great question, Jay. We'll ask Mark about the Lazar story, the Bob Lazar story, in a minute. A couple of Catherine No Nonsense McDade questions. Marlon Brando or Jack Nicholson, Jarvis? Wait, there's only one.
Marlon Brando. I will give you an offer you can't refuse.
I was waiting for that. I'm Jack Nicholson, and Mark.
Yeah, I'm Jack all day long for me.
Jarvis had to be. No nonsense, Catherine. No nonsense, McDade. Has Jarvis ever pulled a famous lady? I like that one.
No comments.
Tremendous answer. Tremendous answer.
He's just winked
as well. Really good question. This Tyson or Ali, Lance?
For me, Iron Mike, 100%, because my age, and he was the big one in the late 80s. Yeah,
it's got to be Iron Mike for me. Has to be. I didn't see Ali fight, so it's got to be Iron.
Even Mike. Watching all of Ali's big fights, you can't compare the two. Iron Mike all day long.
He was an animal. Great question. And finally, for Jarvis, is your hair insured? Insured. No, maybe it should. Maybe I should insure it. No. Who knows?
No, it costs a lot of money. Hair gel. It's expensive. Yeah.
You are looking the part there, old friend. Looking the part. A couple of questions to go, everybody. Really good question here from Naz. And Naz says, would the Prem be smart to start placing minimum manager tenures? I kind of like this idea. Penalise clubs if they find managers too quickly. This way systems can be sent out, or can be seen, or is that not possible?
They are penalised. It comes out their FFP.
Yeah, they are because of the thing. But actually, the PFA, sorry, the Professional Managers Association, I think it's probably the PMA or whatever it's called. They do wield a lot of power, but they're the ones that get managers. The thing is now, is managers don't care if they get sacked or not. Jarvis takes over at Manchester United tomorrow, signs a 5-year contract. He's getting a 12 million quid payout if he gets fired. So, why, managers don't care, unfortunately. I actually don't like the fact that managers are always to blame. I think there should be more player accountability. And Jarvis and Mark will tell you, I've been calling for this for years, absolutely years. Jarvis is bored of me talking about player accountability. I absolutely believe in it 100%. And that's my take on it. Yeah. Jarvis?
Yeah, I agree.
Mark?
Yeah, I'd say if Naz is thinking towards minimum tenure, then players go on minimum 1-year contracts as well.
Okay. Brilliant. Right. Just before we go to the conspiracy theory questions. Sorry, there is a couple more. I'd just like to say there's been some injuries in the in the chat. There's fibias, tibias, there was toes and everything. And also, let's have a look. Happy 50th to No Nonsense McDade, telling you straight.
Oh, 44.
Telling you straight. That's 44. How it's been. You're getting a lot of love. Happy birthday, Mark, from Catherine, Regan. Fred said his son got 101 Mbappe match attack. Brilliant. Trev says happy birthday, Mark, or is that a conspiracy? Jay's laughing his head off. Fred DeLay says happy birthday, Mark. Who else says and that's it until you get past and you've got 3 minutes to go. And there is a couple more questions. They've just sneaked in. We
are in injury time, Stu.
We are in injury time. Yeah, sorry, we're in injury time. So let's get these in quickly. Mine, Jarvis, why don't you tell everybody my favourite World Cup?
I know your favorite World Cup.
Yeah, tell everybody.
That's 78, Mexico. The final, Argentina, Netherlands.
Yes.
Joe Kempes, or was it Cruyff? No, he didn't play. But
but my favorite football as well of all time, the tango. That was the first time I saw the tango in my eyes, and I covered
the ball.
I'm just trying to think. Jarvis's. I can remember Jarvis's as well. I think I'm right here in saying this. I'm going to go Mexico 86.
100%. Mexico 86. Mainly because of Denmark, the Danish Dynamite. They did really well, and Argentina and Maradona. He was the one. He was the one that made me fall in love with football at that time.
If I had to guess marks, let's try and guess marks, Jarvis. This is just for a bit of fun. I'm actually going to take a stab here in the dark, and I'm wrong. I'm going to go with USA 94.
94 USA. 100%.
Yeah, I'm going to go with USA 94. I don't think France 98 would have got you going, and not really anything since. So I'm going to go with USA 94.
Italian 90.
Oh, well done.
It was Italian 90. USA 94, I watched so many of the games. I don't think I bloody slept, and it wasn't good for school. Yeah. France 98, I went to games. I was only 15, because my birthday's now, so the games were finishing. And that was not scary for me, but scary for everyone else. But yeah, for Italian 90, I remember I never watched much football with my stepdad, but it was staying up for the 8 o'clock kickoffs, things like that. Nice. Different in age. It was quite the first one I remember. I was only 9 years of age, so 8 years of age, turning 9. So
I thought 94. I thought 94. But
anyway, 94 is only one memory for 94. Reggie Miller.
Oh, yes,
of course.
Cameroonian.
Roger
Miller. And then the Italian Baggio and that.
Do you know what I used to like? Do you remember the Nigerian had Daniel Amakachi, and he used to score those whoppers? But Yakini, when Yakini scored and he went into the net and he grabbed it and he dropped on his knees and it was like he was praying. They got that really weird, kind of like silvery grey mishmash of a shirt on. That was
the one you mean. Yeah.
Magnifico. Again, this is great for us. We love these types of questions. We've got one more to go, and I do like this one as well. Fred the Red, before we wish Mark happy birthday, because he's still got a minute to go yet. Question to Stu and the panel. Who is the player you mould yourself to be and you class yourself as your biggest influence? Mine is Robbo. Jarvis will be able to tell you mine. It was Brian Robson. It was all day long, Brian Robson for me. Jarvis?
Well, for me, it was Maradona. I watched him over and over again. I had a VHS video of the 1986 World Cup. I watched it over and over and over again. Maradona's goals was the one that stuck with me. Also, the Negrete goal for Mexico,
the kind of like scissor. It was a side scissor kick, wasn't
it? Side volley kick. I trained relentlessly on my own backyard, trying to do the same thing all over and over again. So yeah,
lovely. Mark?
Yeah, the one and only Cantona for me.
Oh no, absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No. What else? Like growing up for me, the guy changed football. So yeah. Before that, my hero was Hughes, but no, definitely Cantona. I remember like being at school, everything you wanted to do. I didn't kung fu kick anyone, but I remember. But yeah, the celebrations, the chips,
happy birthday to Mark. He's 55, everybody. You don't look a day over 45, pal.
Good. I'm 44.
Big happy birthday to
Mark. Thank you.
And
happy birthday.
A lot of love for Italian 90, by the way, in the chat. Fred the Red was an Italian 90 fan. Retro Italian 90 fan. Trev was 2002. 86.
I even remember the Panini logo. It looked like the Channel 4 logo with the football on the head. It was the Panini logo.
So, Catherine No Nonsense McDade is with Jarvis. Fred the Red, MUFC is Italian 90. Trev thinks my first favourite World Cup's 1930. Cheers, Trev. Really appreciate that. There's definitely so much here. Loads of love for you in the chat. Loads of people wishing you happy
Italian 90, Gassa, and Schilacci.
Schilacci, Toto, Schilacci. What a legend.
We all expected Gianluca Vialli to be the main man, and then
we did.
And then Schilacci came from nowhere.
He did.
From nowhere.
Dave 167 can't split 86 and 90. Again, I could totally get on board with that and respect that. So
I was only 5 for 86. So
Roger Miller, he's about 50, 48. He claimed he was 40, but anyway, what a legend. Guys, there is a couple of conspiracy questions for Mark, but we are way past where we should be. We're on 2 hours 45 minutes. So I'm going to pass you back to. We'll do a small conspiracy theory segment for Mark on Monday when I'm back. But I'm going to pass you back to the main man, Diego Jarvis Cocker.
Thank you, Stu. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, and everybody. Trevor, J United, Day 147, Fred the Red, Is It Just Me, 40T, Catherine, No Nonsense, McDade, Magnifico, 88, coming in with a happy birthday, Sparky. Referring to the Mark Hughes thing you mentioned. Joe Buckley, J United, a lot of people. So many comments, great questions also coming in from I Am Titanium, Mace Windex, not Mace Windu.
I've forgotten about it. It's
a Star Wars reference.
By the way, Jarvis only remembers Mace Windu because he binge watched the whole Star Wars the other day with a bottle of wine, or was it 2 bottles? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Legend, legend. Jarvis is legend.
I'm a big Star Wars fan, I have to say, and the new series, the spy series with Andor. I think that I can recommend it. If you haven't seen it, go watch Andor. Andor is one of the best things coming out from Star Wars lately, from the Disney thing. Not my favorite.
Okay, there he is.
Everything with Cocker doesn't sound well.
It doesn't sound right, does it?
No, it doesn't sound right.
Sorry.
Trevor Wade's Day 147, bath time. Darius coming in. Great to have you guys on. It's been a great show. It's a mammoth of a show, 2 hours, 45 minutes. I think it's time to wrap it up, time to call it a night. You guys need to sleep. I need to sleep. Stu need to sleep. Marks need to sleep. He has a big day tomorrow. It's his birthday. Mark, do you have any plans for tomorrow? What's your birthday plans?
I'm actually working. Well, I took the days. I've got a busy end of month, so I've actually got to go to work. But we're saving it for the weekend, out for a meal. So I actually share my birthday with my mum. My mum had her birthday, nice. So I'll go see my mum.
Cool. That's cool.
So but nothing. Nothing that I know of. I'm still in that.
Maybe a surprise party is in your future. But from the Tactical Devils, from me, Jarvis Cocker, and Stu Woolley, and the rest of the Devilish Tacticos, I wish you a happy birthday. And I hope that your day will be fantastic, that you receive a lot of gifts, and that we will eat a lot of cake and enjoy yourself. Yes.
Good. Make sure you do.
But thank you very much. I felt the love in it from the chat.
And no, it's not tomorrow. It's on Wednesday. The Bournemouth game is on. So
early in the morning, 2:30.
2 a.m.
Yes. Yeah, Wednesday / Thursday morning. So that's in the UK. Jarvis, it'll be 3:30 for you, pal, I would imagine. So.
Well, I can't keep. I have to go to work the other day, so it's just I can't watch it live, but I will watch it afterwards. Guys, girls, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We will be back Thursday night around 9 p.m., maybe quarter past, quarter to, I don't know, but we will try to be on time for once. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a great show, and have a good night. Please smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you on the next. Bye-bye.